Can't wait to hear more of this bullshit soon. Ah, for fuck's sake, I'm going back to New Orleans. Jesus Christ, that place sucks. Stand by, everybody. Ono radio show coming out. Oh, great. Another shrimp boil. Can't wait. Cajun seasoning definitely doesn't get old or nothing. Yeah, I've had a sugary donut before. They're good. It's cool. Yeah, here we go. New Orleans, here we go. I guess we'll start the show.
Hey there, kids. It's me, Oni the Unicorn. And I'm here to tell you that f***ing your dreams ain't cheap. In fact, it costs a ton of cash to do. So that's why me and the Ono radio show need your help. Just go to the website displayed below and hit us up with some cash, yo. $1, $5, $1 million if you have it to spare. Any amount is appreciated. Well, I gotta go because these dreams ain't gonna fuck themselves. See ya!
No.
No! God, please, no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh hell no.
You are listening to the Ono Radio Show.
Eat a bag of dicks.
So I've noticed, it seems like we've got a member of the show here that's going full on Levay. And I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh no, baby. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want you anymore. Yes, baby, I told you before. You went away and you said you left me, and now you live in misery. Although you want me to take you back, you said you're sad about this and that.
Oh no, baby. That's right. Welcome back to another edition of the Oh No Radio Show. My name is Owen. I am the captain of this shit ship. Along with me tonight, though, my two good friends, as always, or most of the time, I'd like to say. It's my good friend Ty, the drunken wizard.
How dare you doubt me?
The drunken wizard is with us once again, and of course, the one and only, my mustache muse. Well, more than a little bit than my mustache muse. My good friend Mike B, and Mike.
Mike Levay.
You're
That's what I'm going by
looking.
now.
Well, you are looking a little devilish. You're looking a little old school cartoon Satan is the way I would put it. Now,
Owen, are you saying you want to meet me at a crossroads? Make a little deal?
So I got some questions about this because I call it what you're rocking right now. I call it the Levay, right? The Levay,
The Levay play.
which is named after Antoine Levay, who I believe was Anton Levay. Sorry, he was the founder of the Church of Satan. Was that his deal?
Founder of the Church of Satan and the religion of Satanism.
So okay, did the idea of the mustache with the little pointy triangle goatee, did that come from him, or did he adopt that from previous like depictions of the devil or Satan? Like, where did the stereotypical look of the shitty metal devil, the shitty metal soul patch devil thing come from? Did Levay do it, or did he just popularize it? How does that work? Could you help me out here?
Okay, so I definitely don't think like the old school depictions of the devil rocking this facial hair. I definitely don't think that like guided his hand away from those choices.
Okay.
I definitely don't think that like he looked at that old school devil and was like, I don't know, I kind of want to be my own religious Satan. I definitely think he looked at it and was like, I'm gonna go with that.
So you're saying that in mythology and everything, before Anton Levay got into all that, like when he was coming up with his gimmick for the Church of Satan, right? He looked at the old school depictions of devils and decided to adopt that look. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but also in a lot of depictions of the devil, he doesn't like have a mustache. He's just got like
yeah, he does.
And it's more of like an actual like billy goat like goatee. So and in a lot of depictions, this like his goatee out of here is like crazy.
It's long, right? It's serpent. Yeah, it's also, I've seen ones where it's like serpent like, and I've seen ones where like the devil actually has like almost like a crazed look about him, where it's like grizzly man-ish type.
He looks kind of homeless.
Like long. Yeah, the devil
Satan looks a little homeless.
He wears one of those chains too, right? Like, he has a wallet chain. The devil has a wallet chain.
Bro, there are several like images here where the devil has like cuff chains on his hands.
Yeah.
On his wrists.
Those are
that
accessories.
are connected to his own belt.
Well,
it's like you're the devil, bro. You can't take those things off.
He can take them off. That's just an accessory. It's just, like,
he's fine.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
He does that for fun. It's like, he's pretty cool. I also think that, like, anytime you over accessorize, it leads slightly more in, just like you, Ty, like you get a little more gay, the more like a little more, the more accessories, the gayer probably you are.
Whatever. Accessories are awesome.
I mean, it's just a probability, by logic. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the devil, by logic, he would be gay, right? Like, is the devil?
I don't know, man.
If all the Christians hate the gays, but
he does what he wants.
Yeah.
What if he's probably bi if he's anything.
Yeah, but he bangs.
He's not denying himself any sort of pleasure, male, female. He's
Animal,
probably
whatever.
dipping his wick wherever he can. To be fair,
he probably bangs the odd dude, like in his off time. Like when he's in the mood.
Dude, I'd almost think it's straight 50-50. It doesn't skew either way. I think he just is like, you there, come here, pump, 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 pump. You there, come here, I'm gonna pull you out of the lake of fire, pump, 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 pump.
That
toss
goat
you back
looks
in the
kind of
fire.
sexy. What's up with that goat? Give me
pump,
that
pump,
goat.
pump, pump.
So are you
I bet Satan's fucking whatever he wants.
Probably. So are you going with your facial hairstyle now that you're doing the full Levay? Are you copying the Levay, or are you copying the old school depictions of the devil? What are you rolling with here?
Well, considering that I as an atheist don't believe in the devil,
okay.
I think I'm copying Anton Levay.
I like to call him. I do like to call him. I like to refer to him as Tony.
Tony Levay.
Tony Levay. I think.
I will say that even though I am an atheist, I do 100% believe in Moon Satan.
Oh well,
Yeah,
100%.
that's
He's
not
my
of
guy.
this earth. Yeah, that's not of this earth. That's your
I'm allowed to believe that.
I think you should do the negative stash at some point. Like leave the curls where it curls over, but shave all this off in the
what is
middle.
it? What is the Mickey? Isn't it like Mickey something from
Mickey Rourke?
No, Mickey. He's from one of the. It's from like Poison. Or one, I think he's from Poison. One of them bands. He did that. He did that.
You already
like
lost me.
Yeah. It's not a great look. Don't do that one. Don't.
You got to grow it longer though on the sides. You got to let the sides
It's
curl down a
terrible.
little.
Terrible.
Come on. Come on.
No, then I'm running into Confucius territory, and I don't want to be. I'm not trying to appropriate no one.
Anton LaVey though, and the whole Church of Satan seems like they were pretty good dudes in the end. Like they were just like, like we just don't like Christianity. So you can like we're kind of like into what like making sure that you can believe whatever you want to believe, but not be like oppressed by any like major like religion. I think that was kind of the deal with the Church of Satan.
I think they just like to party tax free.
Yeah, they probably like that too.
That
like,
might be a little bit of it, but dude, I think a lot of it is just like, hey man, you gotta live your life for you.
Yeah,
that's what you gotta do, dude.
There's never been any connection with any like violent acts. I don't think with the Church of Satan. Like they're not about that. Even like their doctrine, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty actively against that. Like it's probably more chill than like the Bible in a lot of ways, right? Like the Church of Satan's like literature is more or less like more of like an atheism thing than that we worship like we actually worship Satan, because like we can't worship Satan because we're atheists. Therefore, we just call ourselves that. I think it's something more along those lines than I think that's what he was all about. I don't know. Like, was he into all that? Was he? I mean, he probably had like crazy sex parties and stuff with like a
well.
Yeah,
so basically, Satanism is largely a religion based on secular humanism and hedonism. So I could understand them having huge sex parties because the hedonism factor of
that sounds
Satanism.
Fun. That sounds fun.
Yeah. No, it's basically like live your life the way you're supposed to, be cool, and it really preaches like be cool,
bro,
to everybody, like kind of everybody else. But do you like have fun?
Yeah, if you
enjoy
things. Yeah, if you want to do the hedonistic sex party, like, and you're not hurting anybody, then go for it, right? Like that's the.
Let's open up a chapter. Come on, the Oh No chapter.
Yeah, Satan wants you, and he wants you to have a good time, bro.
Yeah. Let's
talk. And you know, I can help you because I might be party master. Already, dude. I think they would let me in. They'd look at my.
Just look at it that and like yeah. Like this guy's one of ours. Yeah.
I'm gonna need Ono to pay for some professional headshots while I have the soul patch, so we can send him in. So they're like, he's already there.
We can look into it.
Is this guy already in the Church of Satan? I'm pretty sure he has to be, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna wear though? Because I need full. I've never seen this. I need full leather Mikey. Full leather Mikey.
I'm not going full leather. I'm gonna do.
I want you.
Okay. I'm doing suited.
Oh, so you're like the suited devil, like tight.
Yeah,
it's got to be like a nice, tight-fitting, good-looking suit, man. Like
black with a gray pinstripe. I'm talking like red shirt, black vest, black tie.
Yeah.
Red like pocket square, probably.
All right.
I'd still rock the red bandana out of my back left pocket as. You know,
see, my devil is I'm definitely more of like a leather devil. Like I'm more like
you're a leather daddy.
Yeah, I'm a leather devil. Like I'm wearing a leather jacket.
Okay.
Like I'm like a shit kicking devil, right? Like I'm yeah. I got a pair of Doc Martens maybe or some like type of boot.
Oh wow.
You know, like I got my leather jacket, like a lot of smoking.
Are you wearing denim? Are you wearing denim pants?
Denim jeans. Yeah, pair of denim jeans, sometimes black, sometimes blue depending on the mood. Sometimes a red denim. Which is like an intense look, by the way.
Intense.
Yeah. Ty,
are you wearing anything under the leather jacket, or are you just shirtless?
Sometimes I wear a tank top, a sleeveless. You know, for instance, I might throw.
It's hot down there. I can understand.
Yeah. But on occasion, I'll wear one of those like like one of those meatloaf boofy shirts, like those poofy.
Oh yeah, with the frills.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
big Dracula. Wait, are you talking about like
Yeah.
a old school Dracula?
Yeah. I'll wear
Like
one of
with
those
cravat, like with a
because
cravat.
I'm the
and
devil. If I'm the devil, I can wear whatever I want, and no one's gonna say shit because I'm the devil, and I'll wear one of those and I'll make it look good. And I'll
Ty, what? If you're the
yeah.
devil,
What's your devil look?
What's your
devil look?
Yeah, what's your look as the
Fuck.
devil?
So I would wear a suit jacket, but it would be patchwork. Definitely patches and studs.
okay.
Lots of studs.
All right, studs. That's a good start. I imagine horns. Somehow, some horns are gonna have to be involved. I don't know why, but horns. You're like a horn devil, kind of maybe.
I mean, I'm
Corporate
okay
punk
with that.
devil.
Yeah, like I feel like you have a headpiece. Like I'm not trying to steal. Like tell me about all your devil look ideas, but for me,
Well,
I feel like
leather pants, though. It's got to be leather.
pants.
But I
Good
never-
choice. Good choice.
Always.
Good choice.
But I feel like Ty and
but
leather
headpiece-
pants,
a
they're
headpiece?
purple leather.
Because he's so
I
tall
hope so.
already. So if he's the devil, he'll be even taller. But then you put a headdress on him, and that makes him look even taller. He's got like an antler thing, right? It's like a Viking like antler horn thing that's like attaches to his head. That's like his
Dude.
extra, like it makes him even taller. You're like 10 foot tall by that point.
If I'm a devil and I can get away with it, I'm going full like what do you call it? When you have the goat legs, satyr. What do they call
Okay.
those beasts?
You're going goat. All right. You're going goat legs. I was gonna.
It's still leather pants, but I'm
What are you
definitely
going? What are you going with on your torso half? What are you going? What are you wearing top half here?
It's a fucked up suit, like patches.
All right, all
not
right.
the suit jacket, but all patched up like denim style patches.
So you're
but on a
like,
suit jacket.
so you're like a club owner in the 1980s or something.
I'll take
like,
it.
Yeah. You're a club owner in the 1980s.
I kind of want well, I like the antlers too, but I kind of want like a bone mohawk.
You could do a bone hawk. That's pretty rad.
A
A
fucking
bone hawk.
Bone hawk
Bone
is
hawk.
intense, dude.
Yeah. Bone
Also,
hawk. That's good, Ty. Like, that's good. Like, and is it made out of like the bones of your enemies? Like, is it?
Goddamn right it is.
Okay.
I floss with them sometimes.
Also, gentlemen, believe the word we were looking for like the like goat legs on people, digitigrade.
Didn't care, won't remember that, and it's gone from my memory already. So but thank you for the extra effort in looking that up, boys.
I'm trying.
Let me switch gears a little bit here because I gotta address the elephant in the room. People that follow me on Facebook, people that know about the show, know that I'm in the middle of becoming a corporate Hollywood sellout, and I
thought he was coming out. I thought he was
Finally.
coming out.
I'm
That's coming. That's still coming, right?
well, it depends on the money, bro. Like we gotta
Whether you're
talk.
coming out,
I mean, I'll be gay if the money's right.
If
gay
you
for
can,
like,
gay for pay.
I mean,
Heard completely devalue their whole lifestyle
so
for money.
do you guys look down on me for attempting to become a Hollywood corporate podcaster? Are you how do you guys feel about
once
this
again,
scenario?
it depends on how quick you pull the ladder up as soon as you get the position.
Yeah, if Ono goes away because you have to be a corporate donkey, then we lose all respect. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, you wait, at that point, 100% Owen's a sellout. He's a sellout to the podcast community.
but if there's
12,
a lot, but if
12 years, shit it away because he's a fucking sellout.
But the money, Mike. I mean, but the money, you see,
again,
and the
Owen,
fame and the fortune, I could be hobnobbing, right?
Owen,
like,
again,
I mean, I don't have to talk to you guys anymore. I could be hobnobbing with way more attractive
there
people.
it is.
There it
I don't.
The sellout,
I
the
don't-
sellout meter, it's just like
I feel like
Now, again,
it's probably the right move. I mean, overall, like
Again,
as
Owen.
far as just like I got a life to live, right? Like I
I
gotta.
earned my sellout status.
I totally understand that, Owen. And once again,
Yeah.
you only achieve super sellout status if there are no coattails to ride. If I can't see an obvious like coattail to ride, fucking sellout corporate radio dork. Like,
so you're saying someone I'm gonna be riding the coattails, or you're gonna be riding my coattails?
I'm writing yours.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
Oh, okay.
They're not offering. Wait, unless they wait.
No. I felt like you were saying
another guy.
Well, I felt like you were saying that I was going to be riding someone else's coattails.
No. I'm trying to.
And we all know that
I'm trying to quickly hop on yours.
Okay.
While Universal like kites you up.
Well, we'll just refer to it as the factory, but
The factory.
But
My bad.
I will explain though how, like, most. This was like a very obscure interview. I've never interviewed, nor have you guys. I've interviewed for a million jobs, right? But they've all been technician jobs for the most part. And I've actually, even of course, when I was younger, doing the child acting gigs, like I had to audition all the time. So this was like a combination interview / audition, and it was, I'll set the scene. I get there. First off, I had a hell of a day because I'm going to New Orleans, my favorite city. We'll talk about that in a bit. I'm doing an audio gig out there, so I had to go by the shop to take a work box in so that they could put it on the truck so I don't have to fly away, all that sort of stuff, right? So I had to do that. Then I had to drive over, and I had this audition / interview. And I get there, and, most interviews, you pull up to what? Like a corporate office building. You open the door, you go in the lobby, and you're like, yes, I'm here to see blah, blah, blah in the blah, blah, blah department. And they're like, yeah, go up to the 3rd floor, take a right, and there you go. Well, this particular audition, I know where I need to go because it's at a broadcast center in the middle of a theme park. This is an interesting way to sort of like set your mind. Now, thankfully, of course, I'm very familiar with this theme park, this factory. But at this particular time, it's also as they're setting up for a huge Halloween event that happens multiple times a week here in Florida. You can guess what it is. You're not dumb. So they're setting up for that. I'm asked every 2 fucking steps. Sir, do you work here? Yeah, pulling out my ID, yep, I can, I got an interview over that. Well, we're recording off this area because like there's like an extra ticket, right? They got to like hold people in an area, like corral them because you can pay for like 1 ticket to stay, like to do like the theme park in the day, but then like stay for like the Halloween event. So they have to like corral these people into certain areas. And when you do that, you're like blocking all the streets, and it's like I'm a very unusual situation because I'm not dressed in my work clothes. I'm dressed for an interview. So I look like, I guess, a guest, and I'm being, like thrown around.
What did you wear to your interview? What are you wearing?
Juggalo goes to church.
Well, I thought about pulling out a hockey jersey because it was a podcast interview. I'm like,
they wouldn't get it.
Yeah, they wouldn't have got it.
Bad idea. Don't do that.
No, it was a standard, like, this was not a slacks and like expensive shirt and maybe a tie scenario in my mind. I showed up in blue jeans and a button-up shirt, with sneakers. Like I dress like a pod slob, and I look good enough. Like I look good enough. Trust me. I did my hair and everything. It was all nice. Like
and can I tell you what I wore to my interview with Cracker Barrel when I was like 18, 19 years old?
No, but I bet it had shoulder pads involved. Yeah.
I went to the thrift store, bought a full gray thrift store suit.
Damn right you did.
I wore.
You wore a fucking suit to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, dude, it was like my first interview that wasn't McDonald's or that my parents got me the job.
That is pretty good, though.
So I wore a full suit, and I sat down with
had a briefcase. He had a full briefcase. He's like, I'm really willing to work, sir.
I had an envelope, like I had a manila folder with my resume in it,
That's
and I
good.
popped it open and was like,
Slick back hair.
So yeah, I mean, even on this interview, I had a leather folder, a fake leather folder with my documents in it. 3 copies of a resume. Yeah, I had 3 copies of a resume, my ideas for this potential podcast, how Owen was gonna change the fucking world. And I get there, I'm 15 minutes early, I go through the hordes of the people in the theme park and like have to fight through to just get there to my interview, which
I bet they saw they're like 15 minutes early. Not a pro podcast.
Not a pro podcast. There should be
He can stroll in whenever the fuck he wanted to. He's not
we prefer a good 5 minutes late, like yeah.
Already docking him.
Right. So yeah, I knock on the door. They let me in. I'm sitting in the lobby for about 15 minutes, where I'm just like, I finish up my Wordle and like, I chill out for a little bit, grab a water. And
Owen's riding high. He's like, got it in 3. Wordle of the day, huh?
I was 4. It was actually 4 that day. It was
I'd be riding high on 4. That's pretty good.
It's not bad. Majority of mine are 3 or 4. I'll give you that. But anyway, I get called into the room, right? Like, and I can see him over there. There's nobody. Like, it's very quiet actually. Like, I can't hear anything they're talking about, but they're also like all on microphone with headphones. So they're talking very quietly, and I'm guessing they're talking about their previous applicant for this job, their previous audition, going over notes as to like the positives and negatives or whatever. So I'm there, I'm chilling, and then they finally call me in. I'm my just exuberant, engaging personality that I am. I make a Wordle joke. Thanks for keeping me waiting. Gave me time to finish my Wordle. They'll want to else. I get in the room, and they pull me in the room. One guy comes and gets me, and he sits like off to the left and kind of like gestures to the right. And everybody else is typical radio studio setup, kind of like a crescent moonish type shape.
Is this the actual studio?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
So it's like 4 or 5 mics, laid out around a crescent moon shape, and there's a spot at the very end that is open with a set of headphones and a microphone. And I said, I guess I'm sitting there, yeah, and yeah, obviously. So never had an interview before where literally not a word is said to anybody in the room except for just like, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Owen. Get everybody's name. There's 5 people in the room. What was it? 5 people in the room, including me. So 4 others, right? No, 6 people in the room, 5 others. And you sit in the chair, and then the interview is like, okay, well, there's the mic.
All right, Owen, what do you think about pit bulls? Give us your opinion on pit bulls.
And that would have been a lot easier, like this had like, I had to go through like knowledge of the theme park stuff. Like, I had to prove that like I knew what I was talking about. I did get a chance to like explain some of my own ideas and go back in the past of like what I've done, and like being a child actor was brought up and all that type of stuff.
Did you tell them about things behind the sun?
I did. I said I went to Sundance, and
I was a famous child rapist.
I was not. It's a sensitive subject. Go watch the movie. It's a forced sort of rape thing. Like, it's not. I'm the rape. Not really. Like, you just get your facts. No, but I'm not
some
really.
rape in it, but it's a gray area.
It does. It shows my depth. So I did absolutely, get a chance to talk about that. And yeah, it was weird. It was honestly weird because I've never, like, it was a they said they were recording the whole time. They had an engineer like at the board, right? Like, that was like recording everything. I happen to know the guy, knew the guy, and known the guy for probably like 12 years. So that's kind of hilarious.
Did they make you take a call, Owen?
They didn't. No calls.
Oh, and we got Owen Butler here in the studio. Caller, what do you want to ask Owen?
We did a lot of.
Hey, Owen.
We did a lot of.
When you're in the booth, have you ever been in the booth with a really smelly guy who just
reeks and just you can't stand his odor.
So
I'll hang up and listen.
So they asked me, what up, like if it's like Owen Day, right? You get to run the whole like Universal or Factory podcast on its own, like whatever, like on your own, like you get to do whatever. And
Big
so,
boss Owen.
Yeah, so I ran through some of my scenarios, which they were, I think they were, they're gonna steal for sure. If I don't get the job, they're definitely stealing one or two of those. And yeah, it wasn't like a bad thing. They a lot of improv exercises. For instance, they wanted me to riff on water taxis. So like, all right, like we're starting. Hey, we're doing a show on water taxis today. I hope this stays afloat. I hope this doesn't sink. Oh, I did it. I threw in the dad one-liners. Oh, I did.
I should have got an interview for this.
You would have actually probably done better than me in this particular situation. One-liner, like quick, like like you were actually probably more equipped for this than myself. If I'm being honest. But you don't have the panache,
I don't have the connections either. I don't have the theme park knowledge that you have.
And you don't look like me, like you're not Hollywood.
No, they would be like, oh yeah, we're not really looking for any kings of Satan land. We're not.
When I'm in Hollywood mode, I would prefer if you would actually just call me Hollywood O. I feel like
Hollywood.
I feel like I'm not sure if a lot of people are worthy of calling me Hollywood Owen by my actual name, so I'd prefer to kind of like with my artistic direction if you would refer to me as, just Hollywood O or O, Mr. O would be probably the best way to address me.
I'm calling you Woodo from now on. Woodo.
No, that is not an acceptable. I don't know.
I'm doing it. Remember, Owen, you can't pick your nicknames. They just got to get given to you. And you know what? I took Hollywood Owen and I shortened it down to Woodo. And I think it's #Woodo. Folks, if you like Woodo, just throw it on the Facebook page, facebook.com.
I don't know how I feel about Woodo. Maybe we can talk about it later. All right, so that's like the how crazy. I mean, what a weird situation. Seriously, like being thrown in. Like
interviews
they're already stressful.
They're especially stressful already. And the fact that you didn't really even know, like even if you theorize, like, okay, I'll have to go in, I'll have to answer a few questions. And once they start throwing you into improv situations, like, they, even for my job, the improv stuff is more like, hey, okay, so it's a stressful night. Like it's all very like, I've been trained sufficiently to.
They asked me to come up with one-liners, bro. Like in an interview, like I have to, like, okay, they give me a subject, how to come up with a one-liner on the spot. It's tough. That's why I had to go. Okay, you're doing a water taxi thing. I'm gonna have to go with something sink or swim and water and afloat, and that's what I did, right? Like, but.
I hope I don't take this idea overboard.
Yeah, see shit like
wow.
Right.
I would have had my own sound. I would have nailed jokes and then given had a little a little.
It's my soundboard.
Yeah, I would have been like, so when I nail these one-liners, if you could just hit me with like a little. A cymbal tap or like a little. If I get rim shots, that'd be great.
So the person that's like conducting the meeting or interview, like, is like the host of the actual podcast. So I'd be like joining with her. So like there's like other management people there. So I guess I would be co-host, right? I don't know how this is all working. But realistically, yes, here I am, first time, never meeting this person and having to have a podcast dialogue with them. It's tough, right?
Like, it doesn't sound that bad, though.
No, it wasn't. It was one of those things because we're so used to doing such long form. It was a 30-minute, process from sitting down in front of the mic to leaving. It was almost exactly 30 minutes. And I felt like, wow, that was over quick, because just like we always do, right? Like, wow, that was an hour. Like, that was however long it was. We always feel like, damn, like, well, that flew by. And the same thing kind of happened with this, I even joked. I'm like, I was nervous about this. This was actually a lot of fun. Like I could do this all day type thing. So who knows?
Yeah.
I do want to say, in all seriousness, I'm hopeful for the job. I think I'd really excel at it. I really think that I'd be a benefit for that particular position. And
did you get any more details? Like, is it a
not really?
full-time thing?
Not really. Those would be if I got offered the position.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank everybody, like, on Facebook land and all throughout social media. Like, I've been posting kind of like this journey throughout the way, because it is like, it's definitely a step out of my own world to even just try and do this. And I just want to thank everyone for the support that's been thrown out there. It means a lot. And I don't know, like, really, like, all kidding aside, that's something that even a potential employer might even look at, right? Like, that you liked, or you got this many views on the video, or you got this many comments of this many people supporting you. That shit, like, even if it means nothing to them, it means a ton to me. And it's made me more apt to keep looking and keep applying for other podcast opportunities that I can make money off of. Like, I've been doing this a long time, and I haven't made a ton of money off of it. It'd be nice to get just like a little bit back from the podcast world, if I could. That's all I'm saying. I'm not looking to be rich, but I just figured I'd give you an update on my
Owen,
whole
if they
situation.
say no more oh no, is it no more oh no?
Well, I don't think they would have that power. I think that I would find alternative methods of dealing with that. One of the ways I would do it is that I would basically assume a pseudonym for the other show and keep Owen as this. Keep the worlds completely separate. I think I think that is absolutely possible, because you do see performers do that all the time, whether it's with WWE or whether it's with,
you could just be Widow. I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. You could just go in and be Widow.
I mean, I think,
dude, no one would know.
No, maybe not. But I mean, that is a good idea. I just go in. I'll do the black Hogan bandana too, the NWO bandana. Like, I'll put that
and just
on.
lower your voice just a skosh.
A lot of brothers.
See, you got it. You're already Widow.
Here we are.
Widow.
Look at these minion things. Look at that, brother. Look at that. They're little and they're
oh
yellow.
Man, I can't wait till there's
little
Widow t-shirts.
Widow.
Wood. Dude, they're doing the Widow chant at the Mardi Gras celebration they do at this place.
You never know. You never know.
Like, who wants to see Widow?
I'm on the stage. I'm chugging beers. I'm Stone Cold Steve Austining. Like, I'm fucking like, I'm grabbing them. Like, they're throwing them at me. I'm catching them. I'm drinking. I'm pouring them in my face. I'm throwing the rest in the audience. They're like,
You tell all the higher ups it's a character, but you really just play it up as you.
Well,
it's Owen at like 150%.
So my whole concept, like, I didn't tell them this, but if it ever comes up, like, if I get that far, my whole concept is that, like, I'll play the like every version of me on a podcast, which is sort of true, is an accentuated version of myself. So I play the negative version on Ono Radio Show. But like I turn it up a notch, and I'm the other side of things when it comes to like a corporate factory style podcast.
Why can't we have face Owen and they get heel Owen?
I mean, I don't know if they want heel Owen. Heel Owen is when he's on his outs and he knows the thing's going under, and then heel Owen.
You want to have space to go to heel turn.
Exactly. I got to start as a baby face. I got to really like build that, and then like it's only
then
more.
You
it's
can
more
fall from grace.
Well, it's more impactful later down the road when the full heel turn happens, if it happens in that way. Yeah, like
those closest to the light often fall farthest from it.
Exactly. So you gotta do it. I mean, it's just
a little bit of D&D for you.
Well, proper storytelling. So I mentioned I'm going to New Orleans. I'm not thrilled. again.
You should be, damn it. I wish you'd get over this shit.
I heard that city just smelled like a pee-pee toilet.
It sucks. It just sucks. Like it smells so bad. It's gonna be hotter than here, Mikey. That's the thing. It's like
and just as humid.
Yeah, if not more. Like it's gonna be grosser than
How much of
here.
it is still underwater?
I mean, most. Like I mean, like you still got a boat around. You still like I kayak to the grocery store most of the time. I rent. I get a lift. I get a
it's
lift
not like
kayak.
The parts that are still underwater. It's not the touristy district. They like drain that real quick, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and it still
The
smells
money
awful.
making.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's definitely, even parts of that they haven't done a great job with. You know, like you're
Still kind of wet.
Still kind
still
of
all puddles.
Yeah, still pretty not up to par. You know, it's like Cayley Avenue in this city.
Whoa.
You know, like you're driving out and it's just like underwater, car's floating all of a sudden. How did this happen? Like that city needs drainage, and they don't have drain. I've seen the roach guys too. They roll around. They have these like things that they stick the insecticide into the sewers. They have little vent things. There's like roach dudes that go around because it's so disgusting. And if they didn't do it, I think the roaches would just eat all the people and they would be everywhere. So they have to go around every night with this thing that they plug into it goes basically into the sewers and it goes and they blast all this toxic shit. To kill all the roaches. Yeah. And so
I like New Orleans even more after your description.
It's terrible.
I might belong there.
You're a roachman. I don't know. Like is Ty. Don't be a roachman. Don't be a roachman.
There's a lot of culture in that roach city. I don't know, man.
The culture's cool and some of the food is good for a couple of days, but
Fuck
then
yeah.
you get sick of it. Like it's the
Get the
Cajun
I
shit
ate a powdered
again.
donut. I ate a whole bag of powdered donut.
Oh, I got some Cajun food.
You will call it a beignet, you Frenchman.
Yeah,
I'm-
I can
you
call
know
it a
what?
powder. Like the English are like, it's a powdered donut. It's a powdered scone. So, yeah.
It's just it's a fried. Half of those people are using fucking Pillsbury doughboy fucking biscuits
Oh,
and
they
frying
are.
them and
Oh,
calling them
yeah.
a beignet.
Oh,
those
yeah.
lazy
And then
cunts.
Sprinkling some powdered sugar on there. You know they're pulling that.
There's
scam.
like 5 places that use the proper shit.
Yeah.
And you know which ones they are, and
And
they're
I've
really
been
fucking
to-
expensive anyway.
I've been to a couple of them and I've done it, and it's like, yeah, all right, like I get it, it's good, like, but I'm not standing in line for another 45 minutes to get a goddamn donut, you know, like.
Yeah, but you can get a bunch of cheap drinks and see some good music, and that's all that matters.
Wait, can you drink in? You can drink in the streets
Yeah,
there, like no matter what, all the time.
Yeah. There's in New Orleans, like, there's a claw on me pretty much at all times. Like, there's
Yeah, that would be hard. I mean, that's hard to like naysay a
and
city.
Mike. Come on, me and Mike are in. Why aren't you in?
because it's I don't know, it's gross, it's lame, it's not as good.
But
as
no, I
people
just go to
say.
Savannah. Savannah lets you drink in the streets too, and it's not gross like New Orleans.
Yeah, but it's all
It's more racist, but it's not as gross.
I don't know.
racist and grandma.
It is like New Orleans is like one of the top murder cities in the United States too, by the way. Like I'm pretty sure it was number 1 a couple of years ago. It might not be now, but it was close to it. It was in the top 5.
I thought Chicago always won.
Well, Chicago usually wins. That's like that is the number 1 contender, but I feel like New Orleans is usually coming up close. You looking it up, Mike?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right
or
now,
what are
you're
we
not
at?
correct.
No. Okay.
And in this list, New Orleans is 7.
Okay, well, still 7. That's
it's and coming like
give us the top 10.
we'll-
Give us the top 10.
All right, so the top 10 are as follows. Number 10, Cleveland, Ohio.
All right.
Because everybody hates Ohio.
24 people per 100,000.
That's pretty good.
The next, number 9, Memphis, 29 people per 100,000.
Okay.
Number
all right.
8, Kansas City, 29. Number 7, New Orleans, 30. Baton Rouge is number 6,
All right.
31.
Well, that's got to be a sign, though, too. Two cities not that far apart in Louisiana taking up both them spots. That's a sign of murder.
But
that's
here
a
we
murder
go.
sign.
Into the top 5 at number 5 coming in, Dayton, Ohio, 34.
Another Ohio entry. So, okay, so that's the second Ohio entry, right?
Yeah.
Cincinnati and Dayton?
That's
all right.
Yeah. So you got number 4, Detroit, 41 per 100,000.
Who didn't expect
Makes
Detroit
sense.
to be on the
Makes
list?
sense.
Detroit has earned that reputation of full murder. Like that's a good quality murder city. Like if you're looking
top
for a
3.
good
guys, we're in the top 3 right now with the bronze medal going to Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
50 per 100,000.
Again, not that far from Louisiana, bordering state. Just saying, a lot of murders going on in that corridor there from Baton Rouge to New Orleans and then into where was it? What was the city? Alabama one?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Yeah, that's
all right. So
pretty
number
low down
3
there.
was Birmingham, Alabama, with 50 per 100,000. Number 2, Baltimore, Maryland, with 58 per 100,000. I've heard Baltimore is just an asshole. I've heard that.
It is.
And the number one murders in America, and this was the 2019 census.
That's okay.
St. Louis, Missouri, 64 per 100,000.
Good job, St. Louis.
Way to bring it home.
Yeah.
Chicago wasn't on the list, the top 10.
Not in the top 10. I'll
That's
tell you
crazy.
that.
Goddamn.
That's crazy. Wow.
It's gun violence. I don't know if that qualifies as murders. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Who knows?
You could get shot a lot in Chicago and not die.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Let's talk about this, because last week we were talking a little bit about mycology. We were getting into like mushrooms and the study of mushrooms, and like,
I'm already upset.
I've been kind of interested in it, and my buddy over on the Oh No Wrestling podcast, he's been interested in it. Matthew has been like growing a lot of like lion's mane. You've been taking lion's mane, Mike, right?
Yep.
Like he's been growing it start to finish. We're talking like 7-8 days from like basically starting the thing to it going pop, and like, wow, I can like take this now. Like I can eat it, or whatever. Right? So it's incredible like how that stuff works. I'm still fascinated by it. And we were talking about it like last week, and you guys, I think, took great exception to how I was referring to it. And then I got texts from my buddy Matthew saying, I'm so mad right now because they're calling you out. He's like, they're calling you out on shit that they don't know fuck about, and they're wrong. And so I'm going to leave voicemails, and there are 2 here, voicemails, because I think he got cut off on the first one. But there are 2 voicemails here that we need to listen to of him telling you off about how...
Can I correct what I think I said wrong?
No, you're too late. Too late, sir.
All right, fine.
What up, boys? This is Matthew coming to you from Denver, Colorado. Just wanted to give you guys a quick call because I was listening to the show last week, the 2.0 that came out, and you guys had a little bit of mycology talk. And as Owen said, I've been doing quite a bit of mycology on my end, growing a lot of medicinal and gourmet mushrooms, a lot of stuff like lion's mane, blue-green oysters, pink oysters, piopinos, king trumpet. Medicinal, like the lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, only like 15 types of mushrooms, you know. Yeah. When Matthew, I know Matthew too. He's the type of guy that when he gets into something, he gets into it like hard, like, and then like instead of starting like 3, like he's like, nah, like I'm gonna go, like he goes in, right? So okay, continue.
And really getting into it. But just wanted to let you guys know that you boys sounded like fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. blabbering, saying that I actually wrote it down. I transcribed it, saying, and I quote, "Fungus is not the proper nomenclature." Fungus.
Oh, I said that. That
yeah,
was me.
yeah, you were mad. You because I said that. Because I said that, and you guys snapped at me.
I
You
don't
were
know what I
like,
was mad about.
Owen is
God damn it.
wrong. I think this.
All
I think
right.
I haven't listened to this yet,
So-
by the way. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm proven right or not. But we'll cross
blame
our
it on being
fingers.
toasty.
Hey, hang on. Hang on.
Well, like the lion's mane, turkey tail,
Sorry,
reishi,
back that up a bit.
stuff like that, and really getting into it. But just wanted to let you guys know that you boys sounded like fucking idiots. Fucking idiots.
Yeah,
blabbering, saying that I actually
God
wrote
damn.
it down. I transcribed it, saying, and I quote, "Fungus is not the proper nomenclature. Fungus is
Son of a
not
bitch.
it's not the mushroom family. They are mushrooms, but they are not fungus. They are
Totally
separate.
ass backwards. Yeah.
And yeah, they're not. They're not. Fungi is the kingdom, so it's not a
Yeah.
plant. It's not an animal. Much closer kind of to an animal. I think it shares about 50% of the DNA with mammals and humans. It does breathe oxygen and exhale CO2. Unlike a plant, it does not require light for a mushroom to grow. Light actually just kind of tells it which way to grow. So you can kind of tell it which way to grow if you're using any sort of light. But sometimes you don't want tons of light because that can kind of fuck things up too. But it's all in the kingdom of fungi. So yeah, they're not separate. The thing
Yeah, so I was right. So fuck you.
that
You were
I
right.
think maybe
You
you
were
guys
right.
have been a little bit confused on is that not everything in the fungi kingdom produces mushrooms. So like
Right.
yeasts are in the fungi kingdom, but they don't need
Mold,
to
rust.
produce mushrooms to spread their spores. But certain fungi do. So within that kingdom, there's plenty of them that actually need to spread their spores, right? And so that's what the mushroom is. The mushroom is the fruiting body of the fungus. So like any sort of plant or flower, like a flower, when it creates the flower and it opens up and it, gets the bugs and everything to spread the pollen, or like, you have trees that grow fruits with seeds in them, or things like that. The mushroom is just the fruit of the mycelium, and so it's basically just going to do that until the veil breaks, and then the spores underneath the cap where the veil breaks, they're going to go everywhere. So it's just
And that's where you got cut off. But okay, so pretty.
I'm a little angry at myself.
Yeah, you
Only
should have
'cause
known. You should
I
know
did
better.
know. I
Yeah.
did know.
Yeah, and
It's-
you
it's
and you
upsetting.
talked yourself into the wrong thing when I was
I think
right.
I wanted to say nomenclature while I was drunk. You just shut up.
You're just dumb. All right, he's got.
All right, I got cut off because I just keep talking about this shit. So I'll try and wrap it up here. But basically, yeah, it's all fungi. It's all in the same kingdom.
Yep.
It's just a lot of them produce mushrooms to spread their seed. Some of them don't need to, like I said, like yeast and some other types of mold and stuff like that. But it is all fungus. The mushroom is just the fruiting body
Yeah,
of the fungus.
what I said.
But it's still in the fungi kingdom.
It
It's
is.
not like that main living thing, the mycelium underneath it is the main living thing. So I don't know if I need to send you guys a little care package with
Yes.
some lion's mane capsules or tincture or anything like that. Smarten you boys up. I'm just joking. But yeah, I listened to that and it was fun hearing you guys talk about it because I've been really, really into it for quite a few months now and have tried a bunch of different liquid cultures, and I'm doing everything from start to finish, inoculating grain spawn, transferring to substrate, and then depending,
I wanna
on
talk
what
to him
type of
about this.
mushroom, putting it in tubs or using, the large 5-pound blocks that I made and putting them in fruiting chambers, which is like a large Martha tent that I'm running humidifiers in and fresh air exchange that I'm pulling out.
Oh, he's
really,
going the
really
extra
fun
mile.
stuff, really cool. Would be happy to answer any questions if you guys want to have a little mycology talk.
Yeah, we should.
But,
Goddamn right.
I don't know. You sounded like idiots. to you every week. I'm just joking. I probably sound like an idiot calling in, bitching about this stuff. But anyway, I hope you boys have a good show. Sorry for the long-ass messages. I love you, and fuck your dreams, and eat a bag of dicks.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah, no, that's
all right,
awesome.
I got cut off.
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to start it again. Hit it again.
I think what I really wanted to say is if I would have been in my right mind, which I think I was pretty deep when second segment came around, but definitely not all fungi are mushrooms, but all mushrooms are fungi. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, I think you guys got it backwards.
I totally fucked that up.
Definitely, there was definitely something that was wrong, and he was calling you out on that. He texted me when he was listening to the show when I an hour after I posted it. He's texting me. He's like, "God damn it, I'm gonna have to call
Those
it."
idiots.
These fucking idiots. So yeah, and what's interesting is that he's even offered I want to make this clear too, some of this applies, of course, to psychedelic mushrooms, but we're not talking necessarily about those. We're talking about very legal mushrooms. And what he's offering to send us, for me, for instance, in a few weeks, he's going to be in a position where he's going to have he used the term earlier, a substrate thing, where it's almost like a brick that the fungus is in, that I can basically put in a Tupperware container, right?
Yep.
And put it in there, and it can grow its own lion's mane or whatever is in there with the spores.
It's
and
all
all
the
that
details
shit.
with that become the hard part. Like he said, humidity,
exactly.
and light,
it's
going to
be very difficult.
Controlling that is the fun part.
I'm sure it's going to be very difficult, but I think it's easier when you kind of you have the start of it, right? That you can build off of. So I'm going to give it a shot. When I'm back from this trip, I'm yeah, absolutely. He's seriously, I feel if you could just leave this on your kitchen table for a week or something, put it in the right thing, I'll tell you what to do, and then leave it on your kitchen table for a week or so, you'll probably get what I got, and it's these beautiful mushrooms that taste phenomenal and have health benefits. You're taking lion's mane, Mike. Why not learn to grow it, right? It's tough because we have
to buy it.
We have small places, and it's I know that he has a little bit more space than us. It's a corner of one of his rooms that he's doing most of this stuff in. But it's tough. When you have a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom duplex or whatever, to be able to properly control and do all of it. But if it's something that can be done, I say why not? Because again, it's not only a food source, it's it is
good for you.
It's very good
in a
for
lot
you.
of ways.
Yeah. And he listens to the show every week. I brought it up because he was into it. I'm I see things, I am sort of into it, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it, right? And what, because there's it's what's beyond crazy is how many different types of mushrooms there are, and the different types of just the variants that are out there, and these ones make you completely sick. I was watching a thing today on the toad venom shit. You know about that?
Yes.
I knew you would know about it. You know about the toad venom, Mike?
It's that certain amounts of toad venom will not kill you. They'll just make you trip dick.
Yeah. So there was a guy that in the basically 70s, he went on this quest because he had he was doing a lot of research, and he kind of had this theory that the Indians that were living in Arizona or whatever had knowledge of this toad that secreted this.
Have you seen this shit? Have you seen it?
Have you seen just in this documentary?
Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia. Have you ever watched?
Yes,
that's
exactly where I'm getting it from. That's exactly where I'm getting it from. Yes,
that shit is wild to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely crazy. It's a form of DMT, right?
Absolutely
that this toad secretes, and so they've been able to synthesize it. And what's really interesting is that there's these old school shaman types that are that are rejecting the synthesized version. All they want is like they're like, no, that's not. It doesn't do the same thing. We want the natural from the toad, like secretion of this, right?
I don't think I would be fine with either, but I'd rather try the toad just because.
Like straight toad. I think I'd rather have toad than artificial.
Well, it's like a natural from the earth argument over like a synthetic version, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I understand that, but this toad is becoming endangered because they're like a lot of people take this toad and then they milk the toad, and then the toad doesn't go back into the wild and assimilate correctly and dies. Like, there's a lot
That's
of
the shit.
So there's a lot of and of course just like environmental change is probably helping kill off these
but for
toads
real
as
though,
well.
like you're out in the desert, you meet some weird shaman guy at a random bar. He's like, "You ever try that toad venom?"
Yeah.
I don't think I could say no. I would definitely go do it.
I think it would freak me out too much. I mean, I'd be tempted for sure, but I know they like this. Like the one guy from like the 70s, and I'm forgetting his name, that's like the subject of that documentary that you're talking about. He ended up figuring out a way to like secrete it, store it, dry it out in a way where you could just like smoke it in like one big juice, like DMT, like juice hit, like type thing. And
that's still, I think, the way that they do it. Though.
Yeah, I think that is like it's old school. They probably just licked the toad, you know, like now, but now they're like, who knows? Like,
this is definitely a much more concentrated version when you smoke it than trying to do it that way.
And there's videos of guys.
How many toads I gotta lick to get real stoned?
Too many.
I don't think
you
dude,
just want to smoke that shit.
I think one.
Can I just smoke the frog?
Dude,
can we just dry the whole frog out? And let me smoke the
no,
frog?
you got to keep the frog. And dude, like there's video of them milking the frog where they like squeeze the back of it and it goes like
it's
pouring out of his
like
from what
like.
It's like squeezing a pimple, and then they smoke the stuff that comes out of a pimple. That's what it like.
It's kind of like a crack pipe smoke. Really.
Yeah.
They put that venom in the crack pipe, heat it up, and smoke it.
It's weird, like, and there. I think one of the fascinating things from that documentary I saw was this is all on Vice, by the way. It was something pharmacopoeia, right? Like
Hamilton's pharmacopoeia. Yeah. He goes around everywhere, tries all the different drugs. It's an interesting show. It's scientifically driven. It's fun.
Well, did you see the point where he like he had to do this one twice because he fucked up the first time?
Yeah.
And because the guy that was responsible for all the actual research and discovering all this was using a pseudonym, and some other dude took his work. So he did the whole first one on the guy that stole it. And then like, the guy came out and was like, no, I have all the proof. Like, this is me. Like, I wrote this shit under this name. And then he came out and claimed it. So he had to do like a part 2 where he learned so much more about it. And it does sound like this. It feels very like it's got to be similar to the ayahuasca thing, right? Like it's a DMT experience. Like I would imagine it's in the same ballpark. It
seems crazier and shorter. Like ayahuasca is a long experience.
Yeah,
this is more like it'll fuck you up, put you in a different world, but you're kind of out of it within 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, I didn't catch that part actually. That it was that much shorter because ayahuasca seems like a real commitment. Like you gotta take a week off of work to do that shit. Probably I mean I would.
But that's what you like when you talk about DMT. DMT itself, like as a derivative, is pretty short. Like if you just smoke DMT as a concentrate, yes, it fucks you up and can eject you into different consciousness. But most of the time, like pure DMT hit, you're done in 20 minutes.
Wow.
But ayahuasca is like a fucking day. Like it's like a long experience. The way that you ingest ayahuasca when you do it right, like it hits your system differently. It's much more prolonged.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do ayahuasca.
Yeah,
you do.
I don't know.
Well, there's a little bit of good and bad with it, but overall, you do.
What if I become a new person?
See,
that's okay. A person I don't like.
I want to meet these interdimensional beings Because
Goddamn right.
Because I'm fascinated with the whole UFO thing, right? Like I really am. Like because I do and I don't think that like UFOs, UAPs, and all that are necessarily from other planets. I think it's I think there's a possibility there's an interdimensional thing that can even tie in to some of the sacred geometry, to some of the weird shit that people report on hearing with like the DMT ayahuasca type experiences. Like I think there are connections there. I think there's got to be something that's like wrapped up in the world. I'm not going to try and like guess what it is. That is what it is. But did you guys see the little Mexican aliens?
I did. It's like a little tiny. I mean,
it's hard to really gather. I don't know. When you look at it, like just because we've been so inundated with all sorts of different aliens throughout our lives, right?
But these look like fucking the aliens people been talking about for a long time. Like they're short. They are more little though. They're tiny.
Yeah.
Like if you look at those things, like. They're supposed to be
Mexican.
Well, yeah, but they're less. They're like they come up to maybe my balls. Like they're 2.5 feet. Like they're not.
Okay, so they're ancient civilizations used to be shorter.
But they're tiny.
They're ancient Mexicans, bro.
Okay. They got 3 fingers, 3 toes, and they make eggs. They're supposedly like X-rayed one and had like eggs, like it was the female, so they'd lay eggs. So 3. Okay, so I thought about it. I'm like, well, they can't.
Human females got eggs inside of them.
Yeah, but not like they were like big eggs. They were like there was like also in one of the eggs they could see apparently like an embryo, like a thing, like a fetus forming inside the egg, inside the thing, right? Like that's what like they're saying.
Jurassic Park moment.
This
come on, let's clone some shit.
Well, that would lead me to believe they have to be more reptilian, right? If they're laying eggs and they got 3 fingers, 3 toes, they're not as related to monkeys. They're more reptilian.
I mean, that's assuming they're at all Earth based. If they're fucking aliens, they have their own ecosystem. They develop their own way.
It says they don't have teeth too, so that they theorized from what I've read that they would have a liquid type diet,
or they eat it through their butt.
They just eat a lot of soup. Like I think they're soupmans. Like they like good.
I kind of like those aliens.
They're soup.
I'm pretty sure as we evolve, we're losing teeth. We don't have as many teeth as we used to.
Yeah.
And
well, probably less.
Yeah,
that's true.
We might end up being 3-fingered, 3-toed, toothless people at some point.
Well, they could be time travel-y type things that are interdimensional or something, and they're advanced versions of us and all that. Like,
what?
But I don't. But if they were, that's what's weird, is because that like I still feel like we would have 5 fingers, 5 toes.
No,
like I feel like we would, and I feel like we would have, we would at very least we would still like. I don't think we'd turn into egg-bearing creatures. Like that.
Here's
one
the thing, Owen.
is weird. Also, their arms, 1 bone. They said 1 bone. So like they don't got like the joint like we don't. They got 1 bone.
Yeah, bro. I don't need an extra
fingers.
joint. Or all these fingers. Oh my God, I don't need so many finger and toes.
How do I do a cool boat? I can't do no Hulk Hogan ain't gonna. There's no Hulk Hogan alien. Then he can't do biceps.
No,
like
he's doing the straight
out.
point. He's doing only straight points.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you also can't like touch your face.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feed
Yeah, that
yourself?
would
Maybe
suck.
they've grown past the need to touch their face.
I don't like it. They're too little. They're too Mexican. That's what?
I don't know if that says anything about your love or hate of aliens as much as your love
it's
and hate
because
of
I don't trust that the Mexican UAP is giving me the right information. They're saying like they're at least 1,000 years old, but probably way older. Well, what is it then? Give me how old the aliens be. Like
it's at least this or way older.
Or like thousands of years older. Like that doesn't fly with me. Like I don't like that. Like you gotta give me a solid. All right, Is it 100,000 years old? Right? Is it a 50,000 years old, or is it 1,000? You can give me better. You can give me a closer, like, estimate than fucking 1,000 years. Like, I don't appreciate that, to be honest with you.
I was watching, I don't know if you've been keeping up, but like I was watching some of the NASA shit that was like live streaming today with UAP and all the updates and press conferences and shit.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I didn't watch much of
I'll
it
say
today,
that.
but there, it's there's this whole, you know, like who Grush is now, like the Grush guy. Is it David Grush? Grush. He's one. Like, I think that's how you pronounce it. He was one of the dudes in like the five guys, the reputable guys that came into the scene with this whole UAP hearing scenario, right? Like he was one of the main dudes, and so he did a. The hearings are over, and now they've just asked for information to be released, and we'll see what comes of that. But now he's done an interview with, it was a YouTube channel. A lot of people kind of like question, like, well, why is he doing this interview of all interviews? Because it was like it was like a YouTube channel that has about like 200,000 views or subscribers rather, which isn't like bad by any means. I'd kill to have 200,000 subscribers, but there's a lot of other outlets and channels that have way more than this. And they did an interview with him that it was close to 2 hours long, I want to say, that isn't being widely like discussed or reported on. I first saw it just scrolling through Reddit, and I went to try and find it on YouTube to go and watch, and I couldn't find it. I had to go back like hours later to Reddit to go through posts to find the actual link of it. Like, and every like little search term I was trying to find, like, it wasn't leading to it. And it is. It's David Grush, like or Grush or something. Like, and it's a well produced sort of like I'm just gonna go say it. It's like a Vice style documentary, right? We know what that means. Like, it's kind of like a hipsterish style documentary. Like the way it's shot, like the guy interviewing him, but it's a real in depth with him. They're out on like some like porch balcony, like out somewhere, and they're just having a real discussion. But it's shot really well, and it answers. Well, they ask a lot of like really interesting questions that you get to hear his perspective of it. And I find it just like, I'm not going to comment really on that, but what I will comment on is like how hard it was for me to find it. Like, I found out about it, like, I like scrolling through one day.
Right.
And then later that day tried to find it, and it was almost impossible until I went back to that post. And it does lead me to believe that they're actively trying to brush, like, okay, we did it. We can brush some of this under the rug as quickly as possible. And one of the ways you would do that is to make things harder to find on the internet. Like, I know that's super conspiracy theory sounding, and I'm sure it kind of is, but it wouldn't surprise me.
It seems like they're trying to be more open about it, at least. Like, NASA, their whole stance is kind of...
No, NASA's not being any fucking help.
Be.
No, NASA's the one that's not being any goddamn help. The guy from NASA today said, like, I think about this dude, he's like, yeah, I think I saw the clips from CNN of his testimony, and that's about it. So what, like, this guy is the head of NASA's UAP task force, and all you did was just see that? Either you're incompetent or you're a fucking idiot. Because you're not, not doing your job.
They're trying to get away from sensationalizing the shit and trying to present evidence. Like, they're all their fucking data is open. That's crazy to me. NASA. Like, you can go.
Not all of it. No, hell no, it's not.
Yes.
No,
NASA
not all of NASA's
open.
data is open. There's absolutely top secret files on a ton of that shit, man.
There's top secret files in the Pentagon and other fucking places, but NASA's whole fucking data bank of shit is open resource.
That's crazy.
like even just typing David Grush's name in Google just right now, just David Grush, that interview that was like this past week, I still cannot find. And I saw it, like I found it on Reddit. I saw it. And let me see. I'm pulling up interview. See if I could find it here. This does not look like it. Like I had to do digging to find this thing. And it, like, YouTube knows my algorithm. Like it should
I don't know. I got an interview from like 2 days ago, and it's David Grush blew the lid off decades of secrecy when he testifies at a hearing.
What does it look like?
It's by this dude with a yellow shirt.
It's not the new. There's a News Nation one, I want to say. But no, like I find it strange. It's not like it should be popping up right away right now for me, and it's not.
The truth is out there.
I don't know. I don't Which one is it? Does it look like he's outside, like sitting on like a porch patio type thing, Mike?
No, I think this is two guys on a podcast about to discuss the clip itself.
They're probably discussing the one I'm talking about,
Yeah.
which is again, good luck finding it. Like I had to go back into, the deep dives of Reddit to be able to find it. Okay, I found it here. I found it. Jesse Michaels, McKells. Yeah. All right. It is popping up now. Now, if you go into YouTube and type it, it's there. All right. So, yeah.
3 men who previously served in the military are set to speak publicly about what they saw in the sky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, check that out because that's an interesting one. If you're interested in all these aliens, these little alien things. I mean, it would make sense that they're that small that they would live underground though too, right? Like I can see that. Like they said they could possibly have been like covered in scales, or they think they were covered in scales, so they're reptilian in nature. We got little baby Mexican lizard people like hiding
with that.
like hiding around in the caves and stuff. I mean, if they ever gave you shit, I feel like I could beat up, like, from the photos of these Mexican aliens.
At least 5.
I could take 5 of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Like,
I
nah.
mean, unless they got like powers.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they
will,
might.
like, mentally crush
Yeah.
you.
If they got powers, then I'm kind of fucked.
I'll just, a good cricket bat. They got, a good cricket bat. Like, I'll take care of a good couple aliens, just like raccoons, Like, I feel like I could get them. I feel like I could get a couple.
This is why aliens don't want to talk to us, Owen.
Why? Because they're scared of cricket bats? Like, come on.
Yeah, they're scared of you.
Oh,
And people just like you.
yeah, that's fair. Guys, I think it is time that we take a break for this portion of the evening. But of course, if you're listening on the podcast feed, we will be back later in your week for your second dose of Oh No Radio Show, your Oh No 2.0. As we like to do. Oh No 2.0 is going to be fun. We've got some clips. These are Tom clips this week. He actually did his job. So that's good. I like when he comes and helps me out and does something. We're gonna talk a little bit about Bill Murray. We're gonna talk a little bit about Mikey almost crapping his pants at work.
Ooh.
And we're also going to talk about we do need to talk about that storm. I don't know how bad it hit you this past week, but we had something I do need to talk about because it was crazy. Oh, and there might be a homeless guy living in the vacant house across the street from me. So we got to deal with that and how we deal with it on the next segment of the show. Again, Oh No 2.0 coming up in just a second if you're listening live on Twitch, twitch.tv/ONRS Live. If you want to leave us a voicemail, of course, like Matthew did, that's 407 906-6466. Please don't hesitate to do so. We love those. They're good fodder for the show.
Yeah, Moon Satan.
OwnerRadioShow.com, Patreon.com/ONRS if you want to, subscribe and give us a couple of bucks. Now, boys, what do we say when we get out of here for the first segment?
Take a deep suck your dream.
Yes, welcome back to your second dose of Oh No for the week. This is Oh No 2.0. And like we said, we're going to discuss a few things going on in our lives. We're going to get to some clips a little bit later on. And we'll see where the end of the show takes us. But I did need to mention, because I don't know, some of these people, they follow me on Facebook, right? And they saw me freaking out about a thunderstorm here in Orlando. Like, and then we, and here's the deal, man. I've lived here for a while. I'm not really terribly scared of hurricanes. I do prep in the adequate way, right? You make sure you got some extra water, you got some soups or something that you can cook, and then, honestly, you'll be all right? Like, you got your phone charged, you find alternative ways of charging when the power's out, you'll be okay. Like, it's not something I'm terribly worried about when it comes to the actual storm. But I'll be honest, we had a storm that came through this past week that I was legit, like, I was scared. I was legit scared of, man. Like, I've lived through hail, I've lived through high winds. Again, I've lived through, like, really strong hurricanes. This was a weirdo, like, because it was just, like, clearly, like, how, like, we get the how we get, like, the afternoon thunderstorm in the day, and it sort of, like, it, like, relieves the pressure of the atmosphere. Like, something about, like, it builds and builds and builds. It's so hot, and then it finally comes down, and when it comes down, it's just like, gets it all out, and then it's done. Well,
right.
That didn't happen this particular day. Like, we didn't have that thunderstorm. So it felt like it built up like a pressure cooker far too long. And then I'm seeing this stuff in the distance. I'm out on the porch. I'm watching things. And I'm getting, like, all this, like, it's like crazy heat lightning. Heat lightning. Like, it's just like, the sky is alight. Like, there's not a millisecond without, like, another blast. And it's clearly north of us. But as things progress, it starts building and building and building, and it starts moving. And I'm looking at radar. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, and it starts building right on top of us. Like, things start popping up. Like,
just like real quick.
Yeah, real quick. And, like, right above us. And it went into, like, we got full hailstorm. Like, we got full hail. And the wind was just incredible. Like, I really haven't seen anything like it other than when I've been close to, like, a tornado watch or warning. And this was worse than any one of those. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, Orlando or government? Like, like with your all your alerts and shits like that you do, like Amber goes missing, I get an alert. And fucking Mr. Silver goes missing, I get an alert. And I'm supposed to get one when there's some like severe weather. Not a single thing went off on me or the wife's phone. Like, and this was honestly the worst thing I've probably been through in 10 years. And it like just
It didn't last that long, did it?
It was like an hour of pounding the house. Like the house was sort of like breathing like in a hurricane too. Like you could feel like the roof kind of like do that thing, and then like the windows sounded like they were just being pelted by somebody throwing pebbles at all my windows at once. Like it was actually it was scary. Like it got to a point like I'm like, oh shit, well, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I gotta heat this thing up. I'm gonna heat it up because I felt sure I was gonna lose power, and it did flicker. So I heat up my meal, and I'm gonna sit down usually where would sit, and I'm sitting down on like the couch where there's a window right behind me, and I'm like, I don't like this. Like it feels like at any moment something could just fly through this window and crack me. So I ended up just basically standing and eating my food in the middle of the room, and
nice.
My mailbox got completely ripped apart, so I had to fix that. There was just like the neighborhood was in disarray. Like it was all sorts of fucked up. Nothing really seriously got damaged. Both the cars seemed to have survived the hail. Like it didn't get them, I guess, too bad. Like I've been looking for hail, marks on them, and I can't find them. But like a lot of the neighbors, like trees have just like blown into, like I think everybody just got lucky. Like trees blew into yards, and things got like if it was like a couple feet over here, a couple feet over there, we'd have all been like fucked. But this one we got lucky. But it was
very good.
I'm just saying. I don't know if you experienced that, Mike, or not. Or maybe you're that little bit just outside of Orlando where I was, like where it hit. But I think my area, like a lot of people were saying, like our little stretch kind of got hit like the worst out of a lot of the surrounding areas, which is unusual.
People talked about it at work, and I was like, well, I don't think I got that same storm, because it might have rained a little bit over where I was, but it wasn't anything like what you're describing.
No, you didn't get no hail. You didn't get like
nope,
just
a little bit of rain. It was actually kind of nice.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that it was nice for you. It was actually kind of terrifying for us because it went on like a good hour, like it was long too, like of this just like ka-ka-goom, 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 like over and over, just constant pelting, and like if you're not familiar with Florida storms, then you're probably you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But if you are, you get it. And I mean, if you were a tourist, like you'd be terrified, right? Like if you never experienced any of that before, I think you'd be. I mean, I think I would be.
Dude, I remember not even a storm. The girl I was dating at the time had come down, she had lived in Virginia almost her entire life and had just been down in Florida a little while when we started dating. She stayed the night at my house one time in my apartment, and the sonic boom happened at like 7 in the morning. Yeah. I, of course, slept right through it because I'm, I grew up in Brevard, like on the Space Coast. Like the sonic boom, I've been hearing that forever, loud as shit. So I slept right through it. She literally thought the world was ending. Like they had dropped the nukes. Like we're all dead. We're gonna die. She woke me up, and I was like, it was the sonic boom. It's the shuttle. It's nothing. You can go back to sleep.
You'll be fine.
I've never experienced the sonic boom while being on the Space Coast. It must be louder than it is here, right? Like just
it's like pretty sizable.
Yeah,
like the noise, like it rattles windows, it rattles houses, like, and especially because like it never seemed to come back like in the middle of the day whenever.
Oh, it's always at 3 o'clock in the morning or some dumb shit. Like,
yeah, it'd be like early in the morning or like in the later in the evening.
That's my problem with these hurricanes and these storms and stuff, right? Like it's just like the moon, lazy. If you're gonna hit me, you better have the balls to come and like show yourself
Do it
in
during
the
the
day.
day.
Don't be coming in at like 12 o'clock at night. Like I gotta sleep. I can't be guarding my house of all this stuff, like flying debris and making sure my wife's safe and all that, like during the night. No, can you not have at least the courtesy?
Yeah, sleep. Just go sleep.
Yeah, can you not have the courtesy, Hurricane, to just hit me at a like reasonable time? Like, again, it must
Hurricane's taking notes. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Business hours, Hurricane. Business hours.
Yeah, like I just can't
make it so I can stay home.
Yeah, I'll do it during a work day so I don't have to go to work. Like, at least do that. Like,
dude, it used to suck because when the hurricanes would come through, you know, working for Tijuana so long, all the kids would be like, "Oh, I don't know that I can come in," or like, "Oh man, like it's raining too hard, like I can't drive over." I'm like, dude, I rode my bike here today. You're fine. Like, you're totally good.
yeah, that
You can
is
drive.
tough. Like, when your manager is riding his bike to work, you can't really have an argument with.
Yeah, I'm like, I rode my bike today with a poncho on.
Yeah.
So effectively, I was in a sweatsuit on my way over here.
Yeah, that's
And
always.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm fine. I think you'll be okay to drive your car.
Your
You'll be
Toyota
fine.
Camry will make it.
Even
Yeah.
if you lost power, we probably have power. You should probably come to work.
Talking
The
about
one-
talking about Mike's work. We need to talk about Mike's work a little bit because Mike
dude,
apparently had a
there
bit
was
of
a-
a situation this week.
I did, but dude, there was a time for Tijuana Flats where literally they had boarded up the front of my store. Like, they covered the whole front with boards. Like, you could open the door, but you couldn't see out. It looked like a
And you went
murder
in
shack.
and you went in and made tacos in the closed.
Oh, he wouldn't let us shut down.
Yeah, just keep.
I'm like,
yeah.
so you boarded it up? He's like, well, yeah. So the glass didn't break. I'm
yeah.
like,
Well, duh. Like, those are expensive shop front windows. Like, I gotta keep those protected. You
Yeah,
guys
but I was like,
need to start
"Listen,
slinging
bro."
some goddamn tacos.
under what circumstance are the windows going to break? Well, there's a hurricane outside. Then maybe I should be at home. Maybe I should just be at home.
I don't know. I respect.
tacos.
I respect the boarded taco shack. Like, I do. So tell us about your latest work situation, because it became quite the hit on the internet. I saw.
Yeah. So
I mean, Mike's making all the best jokes, basically.
dude, that's why, again, I should have been in that interview, not you.
Uh-huh.
Or in addition to you.
Yeah.
I won't say not you.
This would have been his opener right here.
So, folks, I had been having a little bit of gut troubles. I had a lot of fried food the day before, and my body in its older age is not really that keen on fried food anymore.
Oh, you got a kidney
you
stone. I bet you got a
fancy.
kidney. I bet you got a kidney stone or something. Or
Get rid of, just take your gallbladder out. You'll be all
Gallbladder.
right.
I've been
that's
drinking,
it.
okay? I
Yeah.
had been drinking. Shut up.
Oh, he had beer shits. He had beer shits. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, honestly, because I've had a toothache, it's been grain alcohol. I've just been like sipping grain alcohol,
Oh, okay.
which
Instead of
if you
dental
don't-
care, green alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
Dentist
it.
approved.
Got it.
it
Got it.
kills everything in your mouth,
Mm, okay.
including your teeth.
Uh-huh.
So what I have noticed though is that while I've been drinking grain alcohol, I've been getting these long, hot farts. Yeah, it's just long and low. It's low and slow,
Yeah.
but hot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of sound. It's like a real slow leak, but it's hot.
Steamy.
Yeah. And I woke up that morning and it had been kind of a lot of like, oh, that fart is like, I got in the shower and let one of these out and had to get out of the shower. I was like, no, yeah, I got to give that. I'm gonna have to let that breathe in there.
We've discussed shower farts before, and they are a different animal, right? Like when the air is warm and the hot water and everything. Yeah.
Oh,
It definitely enhances the poison.
Well, and it's usually like almost like a gas chamber style where it's like everything's trapped in there. Well, that I had let out a couple of these really hot steamers all morning, and so I get into work, and I've got like 30 minutes of work, like before anybody shows up.
So you're alone for 30 minutes, opening, prepping type thing.
Yeah, and I'm putting mats down, like I'm getting some things set up, and just in that 30 minutes, I had one of these real hot, steamy ones. And so it's
like the thunder from that hailstorm, man. Like it just coming from the distance. Just
there's a thunder shit rolling in, and it's gonna be a doozy. Yeah, so I've been kind of like minding how I've been moving because it seems like certain actions are kind of pressing these hot farts out. And I get through the whole like
minding.
30 minutes.
I like that. Minding how I'm moving. Minding how I'm moving. As to not shit his pants is what I'm guessing, right?
Well, like, just not to like squeak any extra farts out.
Yeah. Do you ever, okay, real quick, when you have this scenario and you're super gassy, like, cause I have this too sometimes, and like, I gotta excuse myself, maybe take a little walk or, like I need to be outside of my work booth environment, to go, shit my pants without shitting my pants. Do you have it ever where like the pain is like I get a pain sometimes?
Yes.
It's in the gut, but it goes all the way into your like sphincter. Like the pain, like I get like a butthole pain with the amount of gas. Like I've had a butthole pain. I'm wondering if you got that.
I definitely get the gut pain side of that, where it's like it feels like stuff is shifting around inside of my guts. And I know that it's probably just like a weird piece of food because I'm not chewing things enough. That's just like kind of traversing my insides.
A stuck chalupa particle that's not got yeah.
And occasionally all it takes is like a quick little fart and
releases the tension and
the pressure.
Moves it through a little bit. Yeah.
But that's not this today. Okay. This is just like spontaneous, random, hot, long, slow fart.
Okay. So no squirtiness. You're not really experiencing.
No.
Okay.
So, dude, my coworker gets here, and mind you, if this had just been some kid, like some random nobody, I probably wouldn't have cared. Probably would have just like farted right in front of this guy and not been ashamed. But this guy who's there with me that day is like a culinary like wonder, super great chef, nice, like super nice guy. Worked for Kabuki Sushi here in town locally. He was like a very big to do at Kabuki. I think he was the sous chef.
So you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of this guy.
Yeah, like I have a ton of respect for this guy. He's shown me like dishes he's made that look just they're elegant, they're phenomenally plated, just gorgeous high-end food.
All right.
So I definitely don't want to shit my pants in front of this dude, but he comes in and I'm like finishing up my prep list and I'm like, oh, hey, Yao, I'll be there in just 1 second. I just got to get down here in like the lower part of the sandwich table
Uh-oh.
to finish up the last little bit of the prep list.
What you putting down there? Some potato salad or something? What's going down there?
There's like chickpea salad, pickles that are already in pans so that we can just swap the pickle pans out when they're empty.
You're putting your pickle pans down there.
Yeah, this is where we keep the giant pickles for the pickle on a stick.
Okay. You're going down there. You're restocking the pickle pan area.
Yeah. But, you know, I've been, you know, doing some squats, so I feel good, and I squat down.
You've been doing a lot of Mike? You've been doing a lot of squats, huh?
10 a day.
Okay, 10 a day.
After I get out of the shower, I do
Okay.
10 squats
Okay.
to just like I'm lifting against my body weight. Apparently, it's good for you.
Well, your body weight.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I got a lot of body weight.
So I mean, you're squatting a lot there. You know.
So I, you know, feet planted on the ground. I squat down, bring my ass all the way towards the ground.
Oh.
And I lean forward to open this little door that's in front of me.
Your belly is sort of poking out your shirt, right? At this, like you're down there.
No,
like,
it's good.
Okay.
But as I lean forward, I guess I put just enough pressure on my insides, and I feel this fart just. When I say it was five whole Mississippi.
Wow, that's a long one.
But
and uncontrollable. It sounds like you couldn't like.
There's no in the position I was in. I had no more clinch. I was too spread.
You were spread. You were in toad-in territory in a sense.
Yeah, the toading is the like proper term.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a full I can't.
You're in full toad, and
even
at
maximum.
You're right. There is nothing you can do at that point. There is no clench left. There's like all the muscles.
I'm trying. Like I can feel like that. I might have tried, but there's nothing stopping this open gateway of gas
like
coming out.
If it wasn't gas and it was something more sinister,
I would have shit myself.
You would have shit yourself, right? Like there's no way that you could have you know, like on that one, you would have been.
The one benefit to had I shit myself in the position I was in was that my pant legs, like, you know, where like my legs come out of them, were up like vertical enough where as long as there was some solidity to it,
it might have come straight out the short end. It might have gone like it might have gone.
No, I might have been able to like do a little squatty walk.
Yeah.
Maybe outside.
And shake it out a little bit.
Yeah. To figure out something.
Yeah, I'm going, guys. I gotta run home.
Hey,
20 minutes.
Hey, buddy, I'll be right outside. Just don't come outside. Like I just private things are
happening right now. Yeah.
And I might have been able to not have shit. Now again, I would have had to have walked in like almost a full squat. So I mean, I don't know if I could have even.
It doesn't sound like that would have been a hopeful scenario. I think you still
But it
have
was
to
a
go
false
home.
alarm. You didn't shit yourself?
No, it sounds like you didn't. He didn't.
But when I tell you guys that for 5 full Mississippis, I literally was so scared because I'm like, dude, if shit at any point, if this stops being gas and turns shit,
it could turn.
I'm ruined. I'll go home and I'll never, ever
can't show my face here again. Like,
nope, I can't.
Did the homeboy was
I
homeboy
would.
right there by you?
He was off in like our little prep table.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's good.
7, 8 feet away.
But he's still in the room. He knows. He heard it.
He might have heard it, but he's an Asian guy, very respectful. So maybe he would have. I think if he heard it, he didn't say anything. Maybe he giggled politely to himself.
He did his little Asian like in his head, and then he went on about his day. Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, I legit thought that I'm like,
that's
here it
terrifying.
goes. It felt like an eternity, y'all. Just sitting there, just farting, just like, I'm ruined. I'm gonna shit my pants.
Well,
and because right at the end, in my bowels, I did feel like that rattle, like, oh snap, something's coming, like down the pipe.
Yeah,
The butt gurgle.
Yeah, like something's rattling down the pipe, and luckily, like the gas ran out, and I
stand up.
I stood right
I'm dry.
up,
I'm dry. Okay.
and I'm like, I'm good. I just lied and marked down like 4 or 5 things that I wasn't even sure about on the prep list, and was like, hey, yow, and I like put the little thing on the fridge like it's a gold star paper. I'm like, yeah, here's the prep list. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. And yeah, I went right in and
yeah. Well, you got lucky then, because it means that, I mean, you obviously had to go straight after. So yeah, it sounds like you dodged a bullet. You dodged a shit bullet.
If I were you, I would have like under my breath just been like fucking vegan food or some shit. Like, you know, just been like, blame it on the plant-based food.
dude, so check this. I had a woman today while I was at work. She comes in, like I greet her as she walks in the door. She walks right over to the big, gigantic menu board we have on the wall, looks at it. Now, mind you, at the bottom of this big, giant wall, in probably what would have to be like 128 font.
Yeah, you've sent me pictures of this thing.
It's massive.
Yeah.
And there's a big, giant thing at the bottom that says 100% plant-based. We think that usually clears most people up. Nah, this woman asks like probably a solid like 2 to 3 minutes worth of questions about the menu, which again, polite, I'll gladly oblige. Like it's my whole job to educate you on the menu. We start ordering things. She orders her whole thing. She orders a sandwich, some sides. Her friend goes to order and goes, so do you have anything not soy based? And this woman like looks at her friend and then looks at me and goes, wait, it's all soy based? I'm like, oh yes, ma'am, 100% plant based. It's almost all of it's soy. She goes, oh, cancel me. I like real food. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like real food. I'm sorry.
I heard a good one today. I was in 7-Eleven, and I won't name the person, but I know of this person in my neighborhood, and she was down there, and calls in a bit of a scene because everywhere she goes, it feels like she makes a bit of a scene. Seen her, about town, and she's like, yeah, I used to come here in the 90s, back when this was America.
Yes.
Wait, back when the 7-Eleven was America?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Bitch, the 7-Eleven is so far from America.
Yeah.
The 7-Eleven is a lawless hellscape.
Best thing.
No matter where you are. Unless you're in Japan. Wait, I have to reframe that. Unless you're in Japan, those places are just heavenly little 7-Eleven marketplaces.
Yeah.
They got great food.
Also, she's old lady age, right? Super old lady age, like old hippie, and was walking with like one of those old lady stroller things, like where you put your groceries
got the seat
in.
on it.
You got to put your groceries in it, like one of them.
Oh yeah.
Walker.
Well, kind of like with like a basket for your groceries. There's like basically that, like that type of deal. And, I was contemplating giving her a ride back from the 7-Eleven, but after that, not getting a ride for me. Nope. No.
Oh, I thought you were still contemplating that after her rant, because you're like, I like this lady. She's a solid American.
No,
I want to hear more about her America. You should have.
Yeah, I want to know.
You should have definitely given her a ride.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and save myself the trouble on that one, because there'll be a lot more knocks at the door, a lot more do me a favors, a lot of that type of thing. Speaking of doing like favors, here's a weird one. How would you feel, like, Mikey, you live in like a kind of semi-traditional apartment complex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I live in like a duplex that's a little different, so it's like in a residential like housing neighborhood. And across the street from me, there's been this house that the dude that owned it died, and it's been sitting there for like over a year now, pretty much. Just kind of.
You died?
No, not him, not him.
I was like, wait, when did Hugh? I thought I just saw Hugh like a little bit ago.
Where the trailer was.
The dude died. Yeah, it's where the Christmas Story trailer or Christmas Vacation trailer was right there, right? So right across the street and to the left of me if you're sitting from my porch. Yeah. And this house has been like, it's been falling apart. They've been trying to sell it. They've been asking too much money about it. A week or two ago, we noticed like, oh wow, like they put a big like no trespassing sign on there. Probably should have been there for a long ass time. And we know like friends who or a friend, neighbor who has talked with like the developer. Turns out the house like they're not gonna sell it. They're gonna just knock the bitch down and like, okay, that's probably for the best because it's like doesn't have good bones, and it'd be weird.
It's a shithole.
Yeah, it is. And so this dude was in there, and he's like, I guess the guy that's going in there to do the demolition. And he goes in there one day, and there's a dude living in there, a homeless guy living in the house,
squatter
with four cats. He's got 4 cats. He's living in.
Oh, sweet.
And he's like living in the house now. I don't know how long that guy was there. I find it like incredible that I never, because I'm outside a lot, guys. I'm on my porch. Like I observe my neighborhood quite frequently, and I have a good view of this house. So how I never like notice any signs of life in there. None of us did. Like multiple neighbors. Like this guy apparently, guy came in once. The demolition guy. He's like, yeah, you can't be in here. Get the fuck out of here. He came back like the next day, and the dude was back in the place, but he had his gun with him, and he was like, yeah, if you come back, like,
oh shit,
I'll shoot you.
You're gonna be a dead man. And then, so we haven't seen
They should just knock that house down with him inside. Take the cats out, but knock the house down with this old fucking homeless piece of bitch inside of it.
Could that happen in an apartment complex? Could an apartment be like, and someone just like sneak in there?
They
and
just didn't clear out everyone.
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
I'm sure it has.
And see, here's the thing too. Like, I was thinking about it. Like at first, like I was slightly freaked out, right? Like it's like, well, it's kind of disconcerting. You don't know that like this guy's just living in this house that's right by yours. There is something like off-putting about that. Like, let's be real. But then I gotta think that realistically, this is a guy like homeless. That like, man, this is probably just a homeless guy looking to get off the street, right? Like just trying to just find a safe place to be. So I'm not even that mad about it. Like it's just kind of like, it's off-putting. Like, how would you feel the same way?
Yeah, it's kind of off-putting, but I do have a question for you. So it's another lifetime, and in this lifetime, Owen is a heavy machine operator. So Owen's operating a one of these little the long arm like bucket digger.
Yeah.
Operating one of those, and he's a great dude at it.
Yeah.
Now he's digging up this stuff at a site. It was a large office building that had been condemned for several years, and they blasted it.
Are we knocking down the building? Basically, we're digging. We're using the bulldozer to dig stuff, put it in a dumpster, get rid of it. Right?
Yeah, Owen, you're doing your diggy thing. You come across a pocket and you notice it's just like, I don't know, probably 15 mangled hobos.
Oh.
Now here's the deal.
Ooh.
If you say anything, you're
it's a lot of paperwork.
You're gonna be here.
It's a lot.
You're gonna be here for another like 2 weeks. They're gonna clear all. Do you even say anything, or do you just keep shoveling hobos into this dumpster?
Okay. So ethically, I don't care. I continue shoveling. Like I personally will just put them in the dumpster. But,
I mean, they're dead.
Yeah, done's done. What's done's done. You can't.
I didn't kill them.
You can't.
And remember, in this life, you're machine operator, Owen.
You can't unring a bell. You know, like this has already happened. So, like,
yeah, I mean, and obviously they're homeless.
My job is to clean up. I'm cleaning up,
and they're pretty much scourge of the earth, right? Like complete trash, right? So you
probably had diseases.
Probably not gonna do much good for society. I mean, honestly, the steel in those like beams of that place worth more than their lives. Like it's.
Let's just keep
know.
shoveling. Your verdict is keep shoveling.
But I feel like, see, if it was just one, like you said, 15. So that's my problem.
Right.
That's my
one
problem.
One is easy.
Like one, I'm
hard.
like, okay, oh, the auto. All right, we can mix him in with the cement and all that.
With some rubble.
But yeah, we can mix him in with the rubble. Just one of them. But 15 of them, that's gonna be some it's gonna be some bloody red rubble, and I don't know if I can make that happen. So I'm gonna have to get out. I'm gonna have to call my manager, supervisor, my project manager, my team lead. I'm gonna be like, yeah, we got a bit of a situation down here. I'm gonna need you to.
We got a 15 stack over here and some rubble, and they automatically know that means 15 homeless crushed in some rubble.
And they're like, not again, and then they calm down, and so I basically have to make them do the work. I'll get them to get all the bodies out, then I'll continue my.
Owen just sits in his little air-conditioned cab, smoking his 900th cigarette for the day.
And then just, tell them to do their thing. I'm not employed to do that. Like, I'm
only here to pick up rubble, folks.
The max amount, it would be 3 hobos, I think, in that mix, the rubble mix. I think that's...
How many hobo children?
7.
I mean, they're small.
They're little, so 7. Yeah, I think you can
7
get
hobo children.
6 or 7, depending on if how fat they were. But they're hobo.
Well,
kids.
they're hobos,
not.
So
yeah,
probably don't have a lot of fat. So
yeah,
unless they're recently homeless.
I feel like I'm good enough with my machine. I can crunch them up good enough to get them in there. Like I can probably take care of that.
I like your optimism, Owen.
Yeah. But 15 too many homeless. Like I can't do that. So, but good question though. Good question. What is that? How do I put that in my notes? How many homeless could I hide? Like, or
how many homeless?
How many homeless?
How many homeless could you dug into
with a backhoe?
Yeah,
without your boss noticing.
Could I hide with a backhoe? Could I hide? Well, I mean,
it's such a good question.
It is. I feel like three adult men, 6 children.
7 children.
I think I'm gonna go back. 6 children. 3 adult men, 6 children. Like, and 4 to 5 women, depending on if they're chonkers.
Oh
yeah. I mean,
dude, there's
a higher propensity of fat homeless women to fat homeless men. Like fat homeless women. Yeah, I see fat homeless women. Never see fat homeless men, really.
Only if they're like freshly homeless. But dude, I believe there's like a kind of an overweight homeless woman like who wanders around Old Cheney.
It's gotta be that's gotta be the worst combination of person, right? Homeless and fat. Like
I was homeless and fat.
No one likes you. But but you weren't like you were sort of homeless, but not like
I was living in my Oldsmobile.
Yeah. But you weren't. You had an Oldsmobile. Like these people, they're bridge people, like they're.
I would have killed to live under a bridge in my Oldsmobile.
Yeah, but they didn't have.
I would have set up shop. I would have set up a permanent residence under a bridge in the Oldsmobile. Oh, fuck yeah.
But they don't have the Oldsmobile, bro. They're just living underneath the bridge.
That's fine.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying for me.
All right.
Bro, there is, I don't know. So under the Cimarron overpass, you know what I'm talking about, Owen, where
I do too, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. So that big overpass with
Yeah.
all the like
Over Colonial,
muck 'em up.
yeah. Right by your work there. The fanciest part of town for sure.
Yeah. They built like the biggest sidewalk area under that bridge. I don't see how it's not like just a homeless camp.
Oh, I'm sure it is
now.
probably at night at times. Like I'm sure it is. Like, oh yeah. Like
I
there's
think there's a homeless woods not too far from there.
there's a lot of there's homeless woods around here. I think I've always been that way. If I was that way, I would homeless woods it. Like I would go homeless woods rather than homeless like under bridges or whatever. Like I think
Set up camp.
Yeah. I would set up camp. That's definitely the way I'd roll with it. But
Probably because like it's probably easy enough to get like a small tent, and all you honestly got to do is find one of these influencers.
yeah.
That'll be a tent,
they'll
backpack.
build me a survival shelter or something, and then I'd just chill out there, like in my little cabin that some 19-year-old dickhead built me. Like that'd be great.
I love that they're like these influencers. Like, hey man, I'm gonna help you today. If you could have anything in the world, what would you have? And they always say like they're like, I need a tent or I need a pillow.
Blowjob.
I want one guy to be like, I want you to get rid of my schizophrenia.
Yeah, could you do that? That'd be great. Like
I think I could be I think I could have a normal life if I just wasn't schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's tough.
And have
though,
the
'cause
guy just
a
go-
lot of those guys don't know that they are, right? Like that's what's so tragic about like a lot of those mental health issues, that they don't know how far gone their mental health issues are, and that they could probably turn like a new leaf if they had the proper medication and guidance and counseling and all that. But
Just
they
a
don't
little
have,
bit
they
of a
don't even-
support system.
Yeah, but they probably don't even like it's. I think for some of those guys, like they're too far gone that they can even comprehend that. Like that's.
You're right.
That's what's terrible about it. Anyway, we're gonna move forward with the show to hopefully something a little more fun. Guys, it's time to bring forth the clips.
Oh, it's
Clips! You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips! You know we got 'em, baby. Clips! Yeah, 1 second while I open the appropriate application for this. But thankfully, we do have our good buddy Tom, the Clip Commander, back once again at the helm of clips. I've had to pull these out of my ass the last couple weeks. So it's nice always getting him back in the fold so that we can get some proper clip action. What is this thing doing? Oh, God.
What in the hell?
I don't want...
Update.
You leave your computer alone for 5 minutes and it's just got to update and do things and whatnot. All right, I think I got it now. We should be able to do the clips. Let's optimize.
Optimize.
You guys got a cone?
There's my cone.
There's your
Some
cone.
cone.
The cone of glory is there. That means that we can start playing the clips. All the random stuff that, of course, this week, like I said, that Tom found for us this week. So this is a good one. I think we'll start with this. Man, 1999 was a different time for all of us. We used words that I don't think we can use anymore. And this is a special report from 1999 about a specific type of person from society. We'll just say that. Maybe.
Is it a gayfer? Because that's what we used to call kids back then.
Yeah,
Gayfers.
You'll get it.
If you close your eyes, you might just think this teenager grew up on the inner city streets.
On the scene, sporting green with my team.
But he didn't.
Oh,
Kyle
boy.
Jones is from one of the most exclusive suburbs outside of Boston, Newton, Massachusetts.
I don't want you to see me as that I'm trying to be black, or I'm trying to be like too hard, or like I'm a white kid trying to be. I just want you to look at me as me. West side.
Just like Kyle,
I'm from Boston.
I'm from
millions of white
Boston.
suburban kids.
So can you guess the word already? As to what?
I do.
Am I allowed to say it on the?
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly,
Maybe.
I thought it was our word. I thought it was our word. I thought we were allowed to say it.
The black urban culture as their own, even though the closest most have gotten to inner city life is watching the movie Boys in the Hood.
I do love the fact that there is a whole report on this, like by like a guy doing a documentary, and that he is, he's reporting on white guys, taking, street, like absorbing their street culture of like black people, right? Like from the ghetto, like suburban kids. And he is making fun of them, at least. I do like that the reporter's like, what are these white guys doing, appropriating the culture of the black man in the inner city?
Like down at the black people and like want to be like us and like just want to be cool with us. That's why try to like learn our music, dress like us.
But do these kids want to be black?
It's what I am.
Do you think they call themselves?
I know exactly what they're saying. It's just what it is.
What it is upsetting suburban parents all over the country.
I think it's ridiculous.
And angering black teenagers.
When a white person comes up to me and acts like that with me, like they can rap better than me or they're more hardcore than me, the thing that I'm going to think of is that they think that they're more black than me. Even though it's stereotypical, I'm going to say this person thinks they're more black than I am and they're white. And that makes me extremely upset.
If they're kind of overdoing them, like, could you like calm down a little? You're not black, so just chill with that. And that's what I say because it kind of gets annoying after a while.
I am hip-hop. That's what most white kids say when they're told they're acting black. But what is hip-hop?
Hip-hop is culture. What's the deal, baby?
Radio.
So okay. Is acting, I remember that. Acting black, right? Is that still a thing that people say?
I think it's less prominent just because if you say things like that, then I think it's gone so far that you're now being ignorant if you say things like that. Like you're acting black or you're acting Chinese.
That's ignorant.
I think Ty, that was appropriation right there, bud.
That's ignorant.
Oh man, Ty's getting canceled.
Oh, he's MJ appropriating. Oh man.
He's appropriating half black, half. He's appropriating biracial, and people with a disability. He had that vitiligo, dude.
Over 2 decades.
What an ableist fuck you are, Ty.
The way you walk,
truth.
Everything you do is evolved around hip-hop. Hip-hop is whatever's embraced on an urban street level.
And right now, what's being embraced on an urban street level is what's cool for teenagers across America.
Oh,
Just
look at
because
these
black
white
kids
kids.
wear clothes and black kids do have rap music and black kids have this and black kids have that doesn't mean other races can do it.
White suburban kids are doing it across America. Many teens have adopted the uniform of hip-hop in every suburb around the country. The saggy
that's an Asian kid. I don't even think he's allowed to do this.
The designer shirts and the Nike shoes. Even in the most exclusive of suburbs, like Great Neck, New York, kids have adopted the look.
This doesn't make my parents angry or anything. They see it. This is how I want to dress. When they were young.
Bold choice too. Florida Marlins went with the like. You
Nah, bro, it's just part of the fit.
Could have gone with
just part of the fit.
Yeah, could have gone with any team though. Florida Marlins was.
And you're in upstate New York. You had Mets and Yankees. You could have been.
Could have been.
And they were dressing their way.
But according to some teenagers, their parents aren't happy with the hip-hop look.
Why are you dressing in such big clothes? Why don't you wear something that fits? I'm comfortable this way, so I'll do it.
Selwyn Hines.
Yeah, Bear Johnson. Why don't you dress like a white kid? Your name is Bear Johnson.
Bear Johnson.
Of course, thinks he knows why teens are flocking to hip-hop.
Black culture has always been the well of coolness. You know, if you wanted to be cool, if you wanted to be perceived as cool, you would always sort of grab, your cup and run to that well and take a drink. And in the last 20 years, that well of coolness has been hip-hop.
That guy looks like a
Some
black
kids,
vampire.
It's more than just the music and fashion. Hip-hop becomes their way of life. They try to talk the talk.
Yeah, these guys look like hip hop's their way of life, right? Like they're yeah. With their
It looks like if that's their way of life, it must be like hip hop, trust fund, lake house.
that hair, this guy's hair right here on the left. Like this guy's like the gel that's involved in this is
to me it says boy band, but
Yeah.
I guess it's hip hop.
They try to talk the talk, walk the walk, and act the way they believe a black kid in the city would. They're known as wannabes, and surprisingly, sometimes call themselves wiggers.
There we go.
There it is. I thought they were gonna use wannabe. I'm like, that's not the word.
They did it.
I can't comprehend anybody would want to call themselves a nigger in the first place. To split that and put the W on a negative word like nigger and call yourself a wigger is stupid.
I don't care if they call me that. I just go with what I want to dress like, you know?
He doesn't have the right to go around saying, yeah, I'm a white nigger. He might as well put a KKK hood on.
So why do these teenagers do it? Is it a form of rebellion or just a way to be cool?
Represent the Ville. How I do.
I just check. Like, I feel more comfortable
Oh, look at this powder-looking guy here.
about what they're talking about. Like, whatever they're talking about.
His name is Hezekiah.
I don't know.
You can't be from the streets.
No, that's the name of the.
I thought his name was Hezekiah News. I was like, God, dude, you can't be a thug from the streets named Hezekiah.
Is this from the 90s? When is this from?
99.
Like, it just feels like it like comes naturally, whatever. Like it's easier for me to relate to them than like some like white kids that like kind of preppy.
Kyle Jones goes to Newton High School in Boston.
Kyle Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, that's Kyle
Hey, Kyle.
Jones. Yeah, that's Kyle Jones.
In Massachusetts.
I mean, all right, but did you guys do any of this shit?
No.
Like at all?
No.
I mean, I had some bad hair gel moments. I wore some Tommy Hilfiger bullshit. I definitely had some baggy ass pants, but not like that.
I went from Walmart slogan tees and like little boy shorts to like khaki pants and Hawaiian t-shirts in high school.
Yeah, I was I was a Hawaiian t-shirt guy. I did that for a bit. Like, I did that.
I was fat Hawaiian t-shirt.
Yeah, I did. And then I had my Jinko's Vans type phase. Like that happened, but never like I don't consider that like the like I'm not gonna say it like this phase.
I did not have a wigger phase.
No, I don't.
Wiggity,
I didn't.
wiggity whack.
No, that didn't happen with me. It didn't happen.
Well,
I did adopt the
truthfully-
music. I adopted a lot of hip hop, and I love the music. I like hip hop in its musical form, but no, I didn't adopt the style.
No.
I mean, we
I
all
knew
kinda
I
grew
was-
up during this phase, though. Like,
Absolutely,
I remember.
99. Oh no, I remember
like-
kids exactly like this. I had some gelled hair that looked, atrocious, but it definitely
Didn't look good.
wasn't. No, it definitely wasn't aligned with like the hip hop scene. I had friends that were more akin to that, like, but I think I fortunately missed that one. I fortunately dodged that bullet.
Maybe it was a little different in Florida. When I was like outside Chicago, like that area, like when I was almost adjacent to that culture. I wouldn't have ever called myself that. I didn't celebrate. I don't know. I wasn't like a hip hop kid.
I feel like you were. Wigger.
If I heard some white kids talking like that, I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Ty was a wigger.
I could see him being a white Rasta more than a wigger. Though.
Nah, he wasn't cool enough yet. He wasn't. He
Not
hadn't
yet.
he
Not
hadn't
yet.
fully gotten into that yet. Yeah. All right, moving on. Clown preacher Richie, the barber, delivers the sermon.
What? That's too many professions.
I think.
What?
I want to say that Duncan might have even known this guy. Actually, I need to talk to him, see if it's the same guy. But I don't know. Here's a clown preacher.
Somebody holding that man's pants up?
Like, I think he's gonna give this guy a sermon or something. He's this guy's
confessional.
Yeah, I don't know. Here we go.
He puking? What the fuck?
So I guess this guy's like a tattooed Jesus clown, and
I don't like that.
he's like all about. It seems like he's about Jesus. This guy is puking in a trash can, and he's like trying to coach him and be
Get it
like,
out.
yeah, maybe this guy's like an addict or something. He's trying to get on the right path. I don't know.
Go! Loose!
Don't be a little bitch.
Okay, maybe this his Jesus hat there. Like, okay, so all right, you got a full tattooed
there's
face.
no way that guy. He smokes weed. There's no way he doesn't.
You gotta think probably right. Okay, let's hear what he said. Let's hear what he says. Like,
so what you just saw there was a deliverance, and I believe that there's demons in people and they're hiding everywhere, and there's a spiritual warfare going on ever since. The fallen angels took down the third of the angels from heaven. And listen, they have to submit to the mighty name of Jesus, and they have to get out in the name of Jesus. And we're doing it all over. We're living the books of Acts. Whether you believe it or not, it's in the media, it's in the Grammys, it's everywhere. You see it everywhere.
What?
But Satan has already lost the war. Jesus.
all right,
It's hard to.
that was that. So yeah,
It's hard to take that guy seriously.
it is.
I feel like I would hang out with him though. I think.
I don't know. I'm getting weird vibes. Like,
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just all right. Do your thing. Go for it. Whatever. What is this one? I don't know.
We begin the program tonight with breaking news. The 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, has been indicted for the fourth time by a corrupt Biden regime justice system, and patriots are fed up.
Voters got rights.
Oop.
Wave them flags and the stars and stripes.
This is one of the This is one of these like hip hop. Remember, you know how these hip hop Donald Trump guys keep popping up that they're like, oh yeah, Donald Trump's the shit. They're MAGA.
Yeah.
They're MAGA hip. I think this is one of them.
Indicting presidents, that's not right. If questioning the outcome of election is a crime, then give me life. If questioning the outcome of the election is a crime, they gon' lock us patriots up and we gon' do time. From the land of the free and the home of the brave, there's an Air Force veteran that's trying to pay the way. Prince of prime time, I spit the truth like I'm damn ball. Real America, Owen, we ain't no commies, you protecting the children. 2A in the building. From you Democrat pedophiles rigging the system. This a message to the fake news. We all know Trump won. Try to censor us and ban every single one of us. Father and a journalist, he never changed for the fame. 30 years later, day of balls, legendary, man. Get real.
I like the beat though.
Bad.
Essentially, the beat's actually.
Read between the lines. FJB, middle finger to the other side. Get real. Read between.
This dude that's like the newscaster alongside the rapper is a tool. Like, I guess he's on that OAN network because they're flashing it all over the place on this. But
Yeah, that's definitely sponsored.
yeah, he's trying to be cool, but
Between the lines, Trump 24 indicted in a landslide. Voters got rights. Wave them flags and the stars and stripes. Indicting presidents, that's not right. If questioning the outcome of election is a crime, then give me life. Trump's nephew's coming right back.
yeah, I don't need this in my life. A lot of people don't, and quite frankly, they're wrong because it just isn't true. So there's
Trump
that.
ain't got rights. He's a felon.
Yeah, go to jail, motherfucker. I'm not gonna get into it. It's too fucking much. What is this? Troy Restaurant in Staten Island.
Give us Troy Restaurant, Woodo.
Let's see. I don't know about that.
Welcome to the Empire of Taste.
Oh.
How many excuses do you need to eat great food? Correct.
I already like this. This is a good advertisement. Like we're going into what? The Empire of Taste? I like this guy's big door. That's a good fancy door. Some brick, some redwood.
That brick looks a little fake.
It's fake.
Probably.
But you know, the Empire of Taste.
Welcome to the Empire of Taste.
Yeah.
How many excuses do you need to eat great food?
None.
Correct. None.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to try what you have never tried before? The story is perfectly short and amazingly interesting. Do you ever wonder what your ancestors during the early ages or medieval era ate for lunch? What was for dinner? What they'd beaten at night? Raw meat, live fish, screaming birds. Remember, fridge was not invented yet.
So he's asking us the question, do you ever wonder what your ancestors eat? And then he's like, what, raw fish, screaming bird? What does he say? Fish?
Screaming birds, raw meat, and live fish.
Raw, yeah, okay.
Screaming
Live
birds.
fish, screaming birds. Remember, fridge was not invented yet. We
Okay, the fridge was not invented yet.
at Troy uncovered a few very interesting recipes. Our chef adapted them to contemporary stomachs, made the meals taste great, using finest spices and open fire.
Okay.
What?
That was an interesting choice. I mean, he's showing you around this restaurant too. Like there.
Find this spice and open fire.
Yeah.
Them
As a dragon blows his face off with fire.
to contemporary stomachs, made the meals taste great, using finest spices.
But it's the dragon. It is part of the ornamental architecture of the restaurant. This wooden dragon is gonna blow the fire, I believe.
And open fire.
The sweet CGI
Wow.
fire.
Yeah.
No gimmicks, no kidding, just the best of the past. Troy, possibly the finest theme restaurant in New York. Simply said, the Empire of Taste.
What do you think, guys? You going?
Was that the whole commercial?
That's the
What
whole
the
commercial.
fuck?
That was the commercial. That was
What the
it.
fuck?
What do you guys think? I mean, are you gonna go? You gonna go? Like that's if you're in Staten Island. I mean,
Nah, not with the fire gargoyles there. I
No.
think that's just bad timing.
you
I
don't
will
want
say I'm
to.
curious.
You don't
but,
want to taste things like our ancestors did. You know, like old recipes. You don't want to.
I could make it myself, probably.
Probably.
Oysters without a fridge. Is that on the menu?
Not at my house.
Well, they must be fresh. They must be really fresh, Ty. You know, coming.
Uh-huh.
You know, like maybe that's what they're selling here. All right. The Hunger music video. I got the high quality version. It seems like okay. What is this? The Hunger. Oh no. Oh.
Ancient hieroglyphs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think we played this guy before. I think we played the yeah, we played the Hunger. Oh, we know the Hunger. You remember the Hunger?
Oh, I want more of the Hunger.
Yeah, Tom must have forgotten that we played the Hunger before. Yeah, yeah. This is a good one. This is.
I love it. He's
solid-
seeing back into his past lives.
Yeah, just like we're seeing back into an old clip. Yeah, remember he's got the hot like Egyptian chick and like he's in a real life like modern day problem, but it all relates to like back in time when they were Egyptian gods or something. Yeah.
I do remember this.
Yeah,
jam.
yeah. The Hunger. Oh yeah. Yes, quality stuff. Yeah, remember this?
Because he says the Hunger.
The Hunger. The Hunger. I think Ty got
Hey, girl.
well. Ty did the first time we played this. I think you got an actual boner on the show. So
I might have. I might have got another
I
one.
can't keep.
I'm saying, there's a hunger burning in my pants.
Yeah, I don't think I can play this anymore because I know how Ty gets.
Is your
when the-
boners?
Well,
Oh, my boners.
Well, because
Hunger.
I know how you get with this
Yeah.
this video. Like, I mean,
I'm getting
With
hungry.
ancient Egypt.
when I know how he is.
That girl's booty. Did you see it? I mean, ooh, show me more. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. The hunger is real.
Such classic graphics and cinematography. It is something that once upon a time, like, they looked at this and they were like, this is good. Like, this is fucking great. This is
the height of music and photography.
Yeah. You can make something and be like, okay, oof, we really didn't knock that one out of the park. I know we spent a little money on this or whatever, but maybe we shouldn't release that. They were like, nah.
We're gonna release it. We're releasing
this. This is top. I guarantee you, this dude that put this all together. I feel like the lead singer also was the director, of course. But I feel like he thought that, like, this is gonna take over the music industry.
Let's hope.
Sweet trench coat, by the way. Like a sweet duster. He's traveling through time with his duster on. Yeah, so that in the bar, yeah, okay.
The titties.
The billiards.
I hunger for the titties.
Let's play some 8-ball.
I like a good 8-ball. I haven't played a good game of 8-ball in a while. What is it? No, 9-ball? What's the
9-ball? Yeah,
9-ball. Yeah, a good game of 9-ball. Like, I miss a good 9-ball. We'll do one more clip for this evening. This is We're So Cheesecake. And it's about the Cheesecake Factory, I believe.
Ooh.
The Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
What are you guys doing today?
I mean, it seems like a really well-produced...
Is that the one in Orlando? It might be.
Might be. It seems like a very well-produced music video here.
Can we get 2 waters, please? First thing first,
Bitch.
I'm your waitress.
Okay.
I'm smart and got my bachelor's degree. But I'm still in the restaurant business. Guess I'm a doctor, giving lessons in allergenics. Should I know if there's gluten in this? Drop it off and check back just like this. Slice of Adam, slice of Craig, slice of Chris. Slip resistant doesn't mean they ain't still slipping. Taking all the orders right, never miss ring. In prep cause we bring an 86
This
back.
is awful.
Bring the food in, where my drinks at? Martini spilling, you should taste that. We're so fancy, see our tasting clothes. We're the...
What is happening? Again, this is something that somebody thought was good, right? Somebody.
I don't know if anybody thought it was good, but somebody paid money a little bit. Maybe.
Best
to see this happen.
cheesecake from LA to Buffalo. I'm so sweaty. Cause I'm on expo. Want to go home cause it's about to snow. Guess
God
that,
damn
do
it.
you take debit? We only take credit. Our guests from around, they all think that we're whack and ask, where's Penny? And we say, who is that? Donate peanut butter September 1st, you're wanted. Better get it in on time. Or donate money, that's fine. And swear we're gonna give so much that we're the cheesecake that shines. Buffalo is in the slice. Give back and make headlines. Just can't worry about no bad tips, gotta keep that smile. Now tell me who that do that. Put them straws in bouncer mugs, I thought you knew that.
Did she want to do this, or did her manager make her do this?
I
could
feel like
be a
it
little
had
bit
to
of
be
both.
her, but I don't know.
I feel like
I
he
don't-
wanted something, like he wanted like an idea, and she's like,
She's like,
I have
can
an
do
idea.
It. I can do it. I bet you I can rap a thing or something. Like make it.
I already made a rap about our work. It's so good.
Knew that. CCF, the name's in bold. We've been working, making the cash is always the goal. We're so cheesecake. Linda Caniotti knows we made a calendar with the DTs of Buffalo. We're so cheesecake. We were on Scoops Live. Remember for the show. Crash the bus tubs, make side work a priority. Impress the guests. It's so good getting them what they want. Yeah, keep on sweeping it up. Patty paper, breadcrumbs, all the above. Buff wings, make it deluxe. Grab up a towel or you won't get to touch. Ow!
Son of a bitch.
Are you satisfied with that, guys? I mean, do you need?
I was good a while back. I was just letting you guys live you.
I feel like I've had a weird random Cheesecake Factory craving, but now that's all gone away.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, guys. That was clips. Clips!
Cheesecake Factory.
You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. You know you want 'em, baby. You know we got 'em, baby. Clips! You know we got 'em, baby. Clips! Yeah, it's weird with that one, man. Like, I gotta go ahead and say, not Tom's finest work on those clips there. I mean, they were good clips. They just annoyed me. I mean, they were good for the show and presenting the show, but I did not enjoy them. But I did not enjoy them. You know, like
I feel like after that Cheesecake Factory, I wanted like a double palate cleanser, and they're just.
It wasn't one.
Touch me in my cheesecake hole.
Didn't. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Maybe next week. We'll get.
Just start off with one palate cleanser next week.
Actually, there won't be a show next week unless it's Friday. No. Well, it might be a show Friday. We might be able to pull one off Friday. No, I can't do Friday. Actually, nope. There's probably not gonna be a show next week. Just go ahead and say that. Actually, like,
shit.
Yeah, because I fly back in on Thursday. From great old New Orleans, and then I got Friday. I'm going to Fiddler at the Social.
Fiddler.
And then
hell yeah.
And then
okay, dog.
Yeah. So I don't think I got the day. I'm gonna be. It's Fiddler. I'm gonna be hungover. I'm not gonna want to do a show on Saturday. So like that's not happening. And then I got work on Sunday. So. Probably no show next week. Probably no show.
Aww.
Just unless you guys can do one. You can figure
D&D
it out.
talk, Mike.
Oh, we could do that. That would be pretty fun.
You could do it. I mean, why don't we end with that? Why don't we end with that before we get out of here?
Oh, with a little D&D talk. So I had a campaign. We had our second meeting this Sunday. And
no, I was joking. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that at all. I don't. I feel the need. I feel like you guys can do that on another show, another time. I don't need it. I don't need it. It's like listening to somebody talk about their dreams. Like or
wrestling.
It's uninteresting. Well, at least wrestling is real. It's happening. Wrestling is more real than D&D.
I don't care how real it is.
There's actual people in there, doing things and whatnot. You know what? Fuck you guys. I wasn't gonna do this tonight, but I'm gonna do it now because I'm mad. And you know what? Sometimes I gotta prove you that I got one and I always got something up my sleeve. And when it comes to wrestling, there's been a big huge deal in AEW about CM Punk like quitting the wrestling industry, right? Or being fired by AEW, and more accurately.
Is he a halfling bird?
Oh, dude, he just screwed himself, right? He started fighting people backstage and like threatened the boss, like something like that, right? So,
yeah, you're right.
So you can't really do that. So, but you guys know about blading. This is a good little end topic here.
Yeah,
you know what blading is, right? You know what blading is, right? Like
throw a little blood out,
right? Yep. So they got they usually like trim off a little piece of a razor blade, and they'll like slip somewhere where the audience can't see them. Sometimes it's under the ring skirt. Sometimes it's by like the commentary desk. Sometimes it's like they get out right. Sometimes just in the corner where they can like slip this little tiny thing from their like tape or whatever. They'll take it out and then they'll give themselves a little, like most commonly from what I understand, it's like a little, you do a little slit at the top, like near your hairline, right? And you give yourself a little slit with the razor so it starts the blood, and especially too if you get like start doing punches and you start sweating, like then the blood starts falling down your face, and that's how you get like the blood effect. It's a very, from what I understand, it's a pretty safe way to accomplish the crimson mask in wrestling, as they call it, right?
Get it all
Like,
over your face.
yeah. So it's been a commonly known thing, and most wrestling fans know how it's done. It's just a part of the deal. Well, we know this for sure. So this clip I'm about to show you is from the big show that happened just a week or two ago at Wembley Stadium. So
London.
Yeah, 81,000 people in attendance. Huge wrestling show. But right before it, we know that CM Punk had his issues with another performer that was on the pre-show. This was the first match of the night, and that we know that before this, CM Punk had also had threatened the boss before, going out to do this match. He knows, like he is pissed off when he comes down to do this match. The match does go actually pretty well, all things considering. But he, at the end of it, more or less, you can kind of see in his body language, and you can kind of see is like he's leaving. Hey, he gives a good wave goodbye, as if to say, yeah, I know I'm fired. I'm out. I know I'm fired. So within this match, there is a blood spot, a bleeding spot. He gets smashed through, you know how like the commentary table, most times they land on the commentary table on the top, the thing falls down or whatever. Well, they do a different thing this time, and more inventive, and they kind of like guy picks Samoa Joe picks up CM Punk by his legs and like swings him around and smashes him through the underside of the commentary table. Kind of a cool new spot. So at this point, CM Punk, you can see his legs poking out from underneath, but he's underneath the commentary table where the commentators' feet are, right? So some guy posted a video on Twitter of right behind the commentary table of CM Punk. At this point, CM Punk's like, this is his time to blade, right? Because he's hidden from the audience. And some guy that was right behind the commentators took this video, which I'm about to show you. I'll do the share screen thing again, so you can kind of get the whole point here. 1 second. So 1 second here. We don't need that again. So, okay, here he is. He's been thrown under. There he is. He's underneath. This guy's pissed off. Now, like I said, blading, typically, Mikey, like I said, right? Little slice at the top of the forehead.
Right close to the hairline. Just a couple little, knacks. Maybe a full slice just to get that nice, good blood flow going.
Well, this guy has been accused of being a bit of a psychopath and a bully and all, this guy is not being looked at too fondly right now by a lot of the wrestling community. Depends on who you talk to. But I will ask you if you think this is a safer way of blading, the way he does it, because you get to see it, than the slice at the top of the head. Watch this.
He just stabs his head a couple times?
Exactly. So look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Like he's got something in his hand, in his right hand.
He just going at his head.
And he just straight up just stabs it into his forehead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stabs in his head.
Does he bleed well?
And then here we go. He comes out and there's the blood.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking loser.
Because he is, but
I'm not necessarily thinking it was that terrible though.
I honestly, I mean, I just think that's ridiculous. Like, you're stabbing yourself now with a razor blade in your head. Surely that's not as effective as just doing a slice. And
I don't know.
I talked with Teresa about it. She's like, I think if I was in that position, I had to do that. I think I'd rather stab myself like he did than do the slice. I'm like, no, other way around. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I don't know. I might be with Punk on this one. Like, I don't know if really? But I think I'd have to stab it.
It was CM Punk.
Ugh,
it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't know.
That one.
I don't know. It bugs me. I can feel it in my balls right now. I'm getting like a weird, like, feeling from seeing him stab himself.
The corner of a razor blade is probably what that is. Like into your fucking forehead like that. I'd much rather just do a quick, you know.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Mike, how quick can you do the update on your island of Barillo?
I mean, it's gonna take a couple minutes because there's a lot of things to cover.
All right, is it a 10-minute thing or is it a 20-minute thing? Because we gotta get out of here.
I probably get it. Well, I mean, I feel like if I rush
Sounds
it,
like
it's
an
gonna
abortion.
suck.
Well, then we do it next week or the next time that we get back together. Why don't we do that? Because it is probably time that we get out of here. And I got to pack. I got to go to New Orleans.
You got to go to Nola.
You know, and you know what? Hollywood don't work. Hollywood's, I mean, I've done
Widow waits for no one.
I've done two.
Widow waits for no one.
I'm not adopting this. I don't know about a widow. I'm not sure I'm adopting.
I already know.
I
you know what? No matter what nickname you decide for yourself, I think the show has already spoken.
No one's spoken but you. No one has spoken but you.
I believe Ty got in on the widow chant.
I think it's fun. Maybe
I think you guys can do better. I think you guys can do better.
Widow.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm
widow.
No, I need to get to my beauty rest. I need to, well, some of us have to also take care of this podcasting business and make sure that, that's taken care of.
We got to give the people the podcast.
And, I got flights to take. I got flights to catch. I got moves to make, flights to catch. As one typically does. Like when you
gotta get on that widow jet.
When you're as illustrious as myself, guys. I thank
Hollywood Owen.
I thank you for listening to the Ono Radio Show. My name is just O, kind of like Prince, Just gonna go by, I'm just gonna go by O. I think from now on.
You're so close to it, Owen. Wood O.
407-906-6466 if you would like to leave us a voicemail while I'm gone. Well, we're gone next week, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. But again, the Hollywood calls. They gotta the money, baby. The money. If there was more money here, I would be here. But I gotta go where the money is because.
Ty, you know what Woodow's motto is? Show me the money.
That's it. I'm all about the money. That's all I care about. It's all about
the Benjamin, baby.
Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. OwnerRadioShow.com. Patreon.com/Onrs. That's the most important one because that's where you can donate the money. Maybe you guys can do a show so you can fund me, do more so I can do more shows, you two, and then I can make the money. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Ono Radio Show, OnoRadioShow.com, wherever you find your podcast, just search for Ono Radio Show. And as we always say, when we get out of here, boys, What is it now? What did we say?
Eat a bag of dicks.
Eat a bag.
Eat a bag of dicks.
I love you.